Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. Hello real patriots. Hi, welcome into another live stream. 511.5. That's what we're doing. No, well, not today, right now, because today we already did one. The second one. Depending on how long it goes, actually this might be the 512. If we go for long enough. Anyhow, hello everyone. Hi. Yeah, from now on we will do double streams way more often because there will be a lot of videos, and I mean a lot of videos which I will only be able to do on streams. Like for example, you know, the one we're doing right now, which for some reason I only do on streams. Boy, I'm not regretting this decision. I have to start the stream every single time I want to walk in the video. Great, splendid idea. All right, anyhow, what is energy? Let me open it up. And then let's get to walk right away. So, well, last stream we were supposed to make 7 minutes, but I just simply couldn't. And we got to 8. That's what this video is about. Here you can see these. That's what this video is about. Okay, this one started a bit earlier. Here you can see these shells and subshells all. Hi, the soul. So, hi. All right. I did render a lot of animations in the background whilst we were waiting. Like for example, the intro. Oh my goodness, is the intro finally done? It looks done. So first things first, what is energy? Well, it's fudge. It's too long. If I had a nickel for every single time I had that, am I right? It's funny. Please laugh. Okay, give me a second, let me open everything up, like, for example, intro. No, that's the wrong one. I meant energy frames, no, from intro, this one, there we go, took me long enough. And then right here, boy, this is also really long. If I had a nickel for every single time I had that again. So we want this to be above, this one to be below, and right when that square appears, when we want this to begin. We could speed this up though a bit. So first things first, what is... I feel like right here is when we can speed up. So first things first, what is energy? Well, energy is hard to define, but we all... This is way too long. This is way too long. Oh my goodness, way too long. Let's go down like this. Is this better? Oh, and most importantly, what even is energy? I forgot how time works for a second. Like right here. Energy. That's where I need to shorten this for it to actually work. So first things first. There we go. Now we can keyframe this right here. Or frame hold, rather, not keyframe. Oof, I don't know my lingo. There, then frame hold this, then shorten this, up to this point. Sweet! Video transitions and the entire intro should be done. This in the middle. So first things first, what is energy? Well, energy is hard to define. Limit of x as approaches 512. Oh, you nerds. Light, heat, charge, movement. All of these things are completely different, and yet we use a single term. Boy, that's such a simple animation to describe them all. Why is that? Why would they be connected at all? And most importantly, what even is energy? So first things first, what is... I don't know if I like this intro. Well, I don't think I do, but it's just the intro, as if anyone cares. Okay, this one. Oh boy, 8 minutes in. Did I mention that, like, in order for everything to go according to plan, I should release this video in 2 days? 2 days? 2 days? So yeah, it's pretty safe to say that it will not go according to plan. Hold on, is it 12? Okay, we did do a lot of renders. No, I mean a lot. Of course, as I mentioned, yeah, as I mentioned, I did kind of screwed up a bit for no reason by rendering them separately instead of just setting up a single file and then just fixing their animations, rendering it all in one, but it's fine. 6 minutes, how hard can it be? Precisely, how difficult could it possibly be? It's just 6 minutes! Well, in order to stay on point, actually, I would need to do like 8 minutes at this point. But that's how, like, you know, I don't, it's fine. It's not like, you get it, right? Things don't really like having energy. Electrons start filling the shells from the bottom up. Then yes, previous live stream named 7 minutes, how hard can it be? Yes. We're slowly getting there. Listen, I'm a cup half full kind of person. We're slowly going forward. That's good. Wait, isn't Friday tomorrow? Oh, it is! You know what that means? We're gonna play some Lethal Company. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be fun. Oh boy, I should really ask some people if they wanna play Lethal Company with me. Friday the 12th. Yeah, that's the low budget version. Feeling the shells from the bottom up. Then the next nest, there we go. Because, as I mentioned, things don't really like having energy, electrons start filling the shells from the bottom up. Then the next thing is orbitals. So, how many electrons can we fit on each rectangle? Well, we can divide those rectangles into squares. That's how we can divide them. I mean, we're slowly getting there. So, like, if I could get... Okay, today if I had 20 minutes, it would be fine. But there's no way I'm going 20 minutes. What if making me an advert for my group instead? Wait, what? Oh, hi Noel, by the way. Hi, welcome. 20 minutes. There's no way I'm going 20 minutes, is there? I mean, I can try. How much coffee do I have? 1 cup. Not nearly enough. I mean, I could make 2 more cups. Hold on. I'm trying to kind of... I'm doing some serious calculations right now, thinking about how it's gonna affect my sleep schedule for the next week. How many cups of coffee can I drink before it's actually all counterproductive? I think I'm good. I think we can keep going. Hi, Gary Mary. Wait, hold on. First of all, my taskbar. As always, it keeps breaking. Second of all, there we go. Much better. Now it's fixed. Second of all, another sip. Third of all, let's keep going. Like having energy, electrons start filling the shells from the bottom up. Third of all, one more thing I'd like to do actually. Something I haven't done in a long time. Let's see if you believe in the course. How far we'll get today? This one, there we go. Alt frame hold. Then the next thing is orbitals. So, how many electrons can we fit on each rectangle? Well, we can divide those rectangles into squares which are called orbitals, and each one can fit on
only 2 electrons.
You know what would be funny actually?
Orbital theory. Now to add the molecular with water. So why...
Give me a second, I'm getting a phone call. We're 9 minutes? Y'all picked 9 minutes. Y'all don't believe in me at all, do you? Wait, no, 33%. Hold on. Never mind. YouTube is only showing me the... Okay, 11 and 14. That's better. Okay. YouTube is only showing me the top 1 result. And apparently, for some reason, top 1 is 9. Okay, so the average median would be 11. Okay, that's reasonable. Still, I don't think you believe in me, but it's fine. I'm not holding any grudges or anything.
Only 2 electrons. There. Orbital theory. Now to add the molecular with water.
Okay, there we go. Also, I don't know who picked 9, but you're gonna look so silly right now, considering we're already passing 9.
So why are atoms in water together? Why are they together? Why are they there? Well, it's because when 2...
Why they're there is kind of pointless. Let me just...
Well, it's because when 2 orbitals come together... Well, it's because when 2 orbitals come together to form bonds...
Oh, I'm going like crazy. Hell yeah, I'm motivated.
What they actually do is they form 2 new orbitals.
There we go. And we're already back with the animation. Sick. Now blend 4.1. Let's open. Why it's so quiet all of a sudden? Setup 6. Setup 6 indeed. Okay, there we go. And then we need to actually save it as setup 7. And then the new setup will be similar to the old setup. The key difference being all of these will have their keyframes cleared. Actually, no. No, they won't. Instead, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the smart thing for the first time ever, which will basically mean adding an empty in between them, but it has to be exactly in between them, which means this location, or actually even better, this location. Anyone will do. And then minus 0.8. Or plus 1.6. There we go. Now we can parent both of these to this one. Oh, that's so smart. And I just realized we actually do need these two out there. Whoops. There we go. And this rotate 90 degrees. And now these keyframes in reverse. That's basically what we want. That's not keyframes in reverse. That's just them teleporting on. It's not in reverse at all. Well, that should be in reverse, but I like this. There we go. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. 110 or 60 frames, that's 70 frames. 20 is good enough. Like this, and we want these to have a separate material. 11, sweet, alpha, 0, right here. 0.4, negative 0.4. There we go. 16. And we're gaming. So, How's everyone doing on this fine evening, morning, weekend? Not quite weekend, I suppose. Evening, morning, midnight, noon, moment, time. How are you all doing? Even though I asked that exact question a couple of hours ago on the 511th chart checkup. Things could have changed. Someone could have won the lottery in the meantime. That's a possibility. Pretty good. Good. That's good.
Form two new orbitals, the bonding orbital and the anti-bonding orbital. Because of
I'll just have to go
what
way
they
quicker.
actually do is they form two new orbitals. The bonding orbital and the
anti-bonding orbital.
because of some quantum mechanical multifunction magic, which I explained in another video. Now the whole idea looks like this. The bonding orbital has less energy, and the anti-bonding orbital has more. When our hydrogen and oxygen bond together, their electrons move down from their orbitals to their bonding orbitals, releasing this difference in energy in the process, and they stay bonded. In order to break the bond in energy in the process, and
Okay. You know what? I'm hopeful about this. Wait, is that the entire song?
there is a problem
Because it's so short.
nor created.
Wow. Oh no! If I had the nickel for every single time, I had that before too.
They stay bonded. In order to break the bonding, you need it. In order to break the bonding, and they stay bonded, and they stay bonded. In order to break the bonding, you need to.
Okay. Right here, we might need some arrows. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I have the still walking on. There we go. Arrow.
Because when two orbitals come together to form a bond, what they actually do is they form two new orbitals. The bonding orbital and the
Anti-bonding orbital. There we go. How's the render? It is doing well.
because of some quantum mechanical multifunction magic with less energy, and the anti-bonding orbital has more. When our hydrogen and oxygen bond together, their electrons move down from their orbitals to their bonding orbitals, releasing this difference in energy in the process, and they stay bonded. In order to break the bonding, you need to pull these electrons back to their original orbitals, which means bringing energy in. That's
I'm
why
thinking
if
what
we
animation
have
to
water,
do.
for example, and we'd like to turn it to hydrogen and oxygen, we need to bring in additional energy. So first what we do is we pull these electrons out, destabilizing the bond between hydrogen and oxygen and keeping them separate. Now, whilst the bond between two oxygens is high, it's still lower than oxygens being by themselves. So they bond to reduce their energy as much as possible.
Boy, this might be a bit of a pain to animate actually, but only a bit. I already did the copper sulfate animation. That was relatively simple. Hi, the Conan. Hi. I should play some music probably. Something. 20 minutes! Oh, we have some true believers watching the stream. Some extreme believers who, well, they're hope. You know what? There's nothing wrong with being hopeful. Okay, so
Hydrogen and oxygen bond together, their electrons move down from their orbitals to their bonding orbitals, releasing
okay, I think I have a pretty good idea of what the animation should look like. So now all I have to do is wait for this to render. Let's just turn off. Get back in there. Ah, yummy. Make it. Aren't you exhausted? Superhuman make it. It's not exhausting. It's like walk. It's not that extreme. Oh no, a YouTuber actually has to do some walk for once. How awful. If you consider it from a certain perspective, you know, it's not something I should really be exhausted from. Mildly tired, maybe. But that's what coffee is for. To keep me going. Boy, I should give myself another cup. My 2 cups which I left, well, 1 cup is almost done. Okay, so after this, we're gonna have electrons appear on both of them, and then they're going to go down with curly bracket delta E right here as the difference in energy, and as electrons go down, they will emit some energy. How am I gonna represent the energy emitted? No clue. I have to think of something. It's done? It's done. Okay, sick. So the next frame will be UV sphere. Or do we still have... Oh, we should... actually, no, these are useless. UV sphere. Are you hopeful too? Hell yeah, always. Absolutely always. My hope shall never falter. $15. There. That's gonna be our electron. $11.50, and then we're gonna have both of them. Well, first of all, I should give them the electron texture, which is... I don't remember which one. Boy, my naming convention sucks. 10. I think that's the one. So 14. Texture 14, sick. And then we're gonna have both of them. This, and elastic. Sweet. 16 to 17. And let's open up another setup 7. So close to 20k, yeah. I have been close to 20k for days now. We are getting positive, net positive gain when it comes to subscribers every day, so that's nice. Doesn't happen all the time. So streaming and I'm here now. Fair enough. What's the Bad Sabbath rule? These. This one I feel like I can just delete all of this. Actually, speed up the render a bit. And so right here, what we want is we want... Oh, I don't have my... I see, then. I see the problem. My task was broken yet again. Quickly fix it. I see what the problem is. I do not have my LaTeX generator. That could be a problem. Right here, and what I wanted is $. Curly bracket open, delta E. This is what I wanted. Well, where's the bracket? That's not what I'm looking for. The bracket is kind of important. There. Much better. As long as you can paste it in between blenders. I did not think about positioning with this one. It's a rule of finding magnetic field. I should really get into magnetism soon. Speaking of, you just remind me how little I know about magnetism. I did not think about the positioning with this one, to be fair. Because the bracket, well, I mean, I can just make the bracket larger, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, this should be way easier now. Now we can just position the bracket. And we can position this lower. There we go. There we go, and this will, be for the difference in energies. So as electrons, basically, the idea of this animation is as electrons go down from their normal orbital to their bonded orbital, the bonded orbital requires less energy, but since energy can't disappear, it has to go somewhere. So they release this delta E. This difference in energy between their orbitals and the bonded orbitals. Hold on, my taskbar is screwed once again. I love it when that happens. Should get some music going. Not this. It's convenient because I can play them right from the folder. Okay. How would I do it? Well, I think it's the line. Okay, difference in energies. SVG mat. Okay. Negative 90. There, this works. Sweet. Now, right here, SVG mat. We go ahead and make it unforgettable more circuit streams. We'll do soon, don't worry, don't worry. Soon we'll have more circuit streams. But first, I would really like to finish this. What looks good? this. Perfection. So as the electrons go down, I want them to visibly lose their energy. Now the question becomes, what would be the best representation for them losing their energy? I think the best representation for them losing their energy would be them getting dimmer. I feel like it's a pretty easy way to visualize loss of energy. When something is getting dimmer, we associate light with energy, which is actually surprisingly physically accurate. Photons, I mean, less clean of an energy unit you can get. Sweet. So this, and then they can switch to 1. The 2 of them. What? There we go. Halfway there, we want this to be like 3, because we want it to be exponential, to be actually visible. I have an idea for one way to visualize the emission of energy, but it's a pretty elaborate way. Do I want to do it?
Hydrogen and oxygen bond together, their electrons move down from their orbitals to their bonding orbitals, releasing this difference in energy in the process, and they stay bonded. In order to break the bonding, you need to pull these electrons back to their original orbitals, which means bringing energy in. That's why if we have water, for example, and we'd like to turn it to hydrogen and oxygen, we need to bring in additional energy.
Okay. It's finished. This is finished. Now this one. One idea I have for how to visualize this is to add in metabols. Boy, that's such an elaborate idea. Add in metabols with a volume. Principal volume, emission strength 1, emission color yellow, because of course yellow. Make them smaller, way smaller, like this, and then pop them right inside of the electron. Like this. Then the other one into the other electron. Why can't energy disappear? It's the same. It's actually a very tough question to answer. That's kind of like asking. No, boy. Basically, energy is a concept. So asking why can't energy disappear? Well, because we made up the concept this way. That's kind of like asking why are spinning things spinning around something? Like, why can't just something spin not around an origin? Well, it's because we made up the concept of spinning, and we noticed that spinning things, you know, have an origin around which they spin. So the concept might be wrong. Yeah, it could be. That's pretty unlikely, because it worked so far, it worked really well, so it would be pretty unlikely, but yes, that's a possibility. Right here we're gonna get all that energy out. There we go. Let's move it to like 70. Maybe not actually. Maybe let's move it right here and let's then copy them. This. Why did I only copy one? I meant to copy two. There we go. Might be something that can remove things from existing. It's a possibility. Theoretical, but yes, it's a possibility. And it doesn't even have to be something as an object. It could be like a byproduct or a process. So for example, it is possible, theoretically, that when it comes to the black hole, because it's like compressing things into an infinitely small point, there's some fun stuff we could do with that. Because for the black holes, we just simply don't really have much of an idea. Let's say that, you know, just theoretically possible that a process could do it. As Meganzini principle applies to energy as well. As long as time duration is extremely short, energy might not be conserved in that moment. I did not know that. I knew it applied to different things, but I did not know it applied to energy in this way. That's actually really curious. Quantum mechanics, am I right? Oh, those quantum mechanics people always just coming up with the wildest of things to justify particles existing and non-existing at the same time. There we go. I'm trying to make like a more of a blob, less of a... So this, then this. Actually, can't tell if it looks good. Let's do 007 or 0.1. There we go. I need to disable motion blur. That's an extremely important detail. For this, the motion blur needs to be disabled because motion blur with the volume on, or actually motion blur with, oh my goodness, my brain isn't braining. Come on, make it, you can do it, think! Motion blur with the metaballs leads to some pretty awful effects where just glitches and whatnot. Can you Google quantum fluctuation? Fine. What is it? As in what you want. Sorry, no, you're busy. I mean, I'm not. I'm waiting for this to render. I just wondering why. Cinematic jazz, everyone. That was the genre for this. Pretty funny.
two new orbitals. The bonding orbital and the
Booming the music, I really am. Music stopped, speaking of. Electric.
bonding orbital and the
Not scale rotation. So this is the bonding orbital right here.
and the anti-bonding.
And this is the anti-bonding orbital.
Bonding orbital and the anti-bonding orbital because of some quantum mechanical multifunction magic which I explained in the video. Which I explained.
Particles popping out of existence rise to... Yeah, it's... yes. There's actually like a long-lasting trend of quantum mechanics, which is basically like... how should I put this? Basically, if you would take statistical physics and imagined applying it in reverse, that's basically the logic of quantum mechanics. So basically, things are probabilities, but you're not talking about like a group of things or like their average behavior. It's the singular things themselves. So it's basically statistical physics except in reverse. From the intuition perspective. I mean, obviously. Alright, electron cloud, and right here I had... is this the one I'm looking for? Yes, this one.
Which I explained in the video. Explained in the video. Now the whole idea looks like this. The bonding orbital has less energy, and the whole idea looks like this. The bonding orbital has less energy, and the
Would you all watch just me making videos in silence with this sort of tune playing in the background?
energy, and the anti-bonding orbital has more. When our hydrogen and oxygen
Because not gonna lie, it's a kind of a vibe. No, I forgot that it ends so abruptly. Have you heard the band That Handsome Devil? Oh, The Handsome Devil? I don't know. Hold on. Let me open up my Mind Palace and stop this music because it's gonna be distracting for my Mind Palace opening. That Handsome Devil, you say? Like some... Damn it, I remember the lyrics, can't remember the melody. I wanted to do like a cool reference to Here Lies Charlie. Nice Charlie. You can tell it's him because we put his name on the stone. It's ours. The shower's ice cold. Use eco-friendly light bulbs. You rode a bicycle to walk. When the gasoline price rose, he just been a pretense. On the weekends, each morning wake up and pledge of allegiance. Shower tags. They get some wife from Canada. It's a good song. Alright.
As more, when our hydrogen and oxygen bond together, their electrons move down from the orbitals to more bonding. Electrons move.
Hidden songs are really great, like dating advice. Wait, what? But the hidden songs are really great at dating advice. I do not know. That means I'm kind of worried. We've already been streaming for almost an hour. How's the progress? Okay, we're not getting all that far.
Releasing this difference in energy process, and they stay bonded. In order to break the bonding, you need to pull these electrons back to original orbitals, which means bringing energy in. That's why if we have water, for example, and we like to turn it to hydrogen and oxygen, we need to bring in additional energy. So first what we do is we pull these electrons out, destabilizing the bonds between hydrogen and oxygen.
Is the actual, like, electrons definition of electrolysis useful? As in breaking down into the two reactions, the reduction oxidation?
So first what we do is we pull these electrons out, destabilizing the bonds between hydrogen and oxygen and keeping them separate. Now once the bond between two oxygens is high, it's still lower than oxygens being by themselves. So they bond to reduce their energy as much as possible. Now what we do is we introduce these 4 electrons back, allowing the hydrogens to bond into a gas.
Make it, do you have breakcore? As in break off my theme, or... I actually don't, that's it. Wait, that's a good... we should make some. Wait, hold on, I should make some breakcore. Hold on, what would be the best theme to make breakcore with? I could just do it with the classical theme. What happens if I do breakcore with the Make It guitar? Like, hold on. I have this. What happens if I do breakcore with this? I'm tempted. Breakcore. Should I just specify breakcore or something else? Electronic dance music. EDM? I guess electronic. Dubstep? Hell yeah. Nah, I'll try anything. You should break those drums. That is true. I should have added some. Whoops. Oh. Oh, that's intense. Please do the guitar, that'd be so funny. Okay, there we go, this is done. Now, unfortunately, what I should do next is go the other way with everything, as in these. Oh wait, we won't have to. Never mind, we don't need to. And the guitar is in there! Wait, did I add in the electrons?
Electrons move down from the rope, and together their electrons move. The oxygen bonds together, their electrons move down from the rope to their bonding rope, releasing this.
I'm just vibing.
And they stay bonded. In order to break the bonding, you need to pull these electrons back to the origin.
I honestly am just vibing at the moment.
These electrons back to. In order to break the bonding, you need to pull these electrons back to their original orbitals.
Hold on, what's happening? It should be reverse. No, it's oops, reverse speed is what I meant.
You need to pull these electrons back to their original orbitals, which means bringing energy in. That's why if we have water, for example, and we like to turn it to hydrogen and oxygen, we need to bring in additional energy. So first what we get energy in.
And right here is where we would like it to transition to a whole new thing. Because this will be our graph of energy. We are moving like crazy if this we're already at the graph of energy part, actually. Okay, so right here, this, we want it to be a new, whole new thing. That's where it ends? Oh, that's insane. Come on. Yeah, this is going quicker. And what we also need is we need water. Is this one with water? Ah, there we go. That doesn't look like water, does it? Is this one with water? Yes, it is. Sweet. That's what I need. It really sounds nice. It really does. I like it. Okay, right here we don't want location nor rotation, we just want scale. Same with this one, same with this one. And then, until this point, we want it to be 0 on all of them. And then Alt P. enjoy the AI song of the original one. I mean, in this case, you know, the original one is just a chord progression, so. What happened to my water? I did the Alt P, didn't I? Fudge. Yes, I did. 0.25. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, and one last thing I would like to add is just a black background. Come in handy. That was really good. Okay, I'm gonna add this to one of my favorites. Make it, this is gonna be guitar EDM. I do like it. Alright, there we go. Now 18 to 19, render. I would like something a bit more extreme though. So let's add drums. Let's add rock, might as well, why not? Let's do hard rock and industrial. I want a heavy, you know, I want a heavy drum. Hell yeah. Yeah, there we go. AI. Guitar EDM kit. I could refine so it makes it, but it becomes good. I haven't really had any encounters with AI making something so bad that it's good, or bad in general. So far, everything it makes is good. It's not special most of the time, it's not exquisite most of the time, but every single time it's just good. I don't think Suno is capable of making bad music. It may not be capable of making great music most of the time, but I don't think it's capable of making bad music. Right, let's see. So this is basically the most aggressive set of styles I could come up with for just simple guitar chord progression. You can hear the make a theme. I love it. Give me a second, I need to. Oh, that's so fitting with the current make it we have in the corner, actually. Why lyrics? Damn it, it's The Rock. You having texture was shut up, flame. Shut up. Why the lyrics though? I don't get it. Where's The Rock? Damn it! Every single time I heard The Rock. What even are the lyrics? Hold on. Drunk. That's. That's drunk lyrics, isn't it? It's basically... I know Drat? No, I don't think I... Hi, The Flame! Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Hold on, let me stop the
How are
music.
you doing?
Really well, actually.
Are you? Why?
I know, working the video, being productive.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. It's yeah, I'm actually working. Yay! Can you believe it? A YouTuber actually doing some work. That's
Crazy.
what kind of parallel universe is this? I'm having a lot of fun with the AI generated music. Everyone hates it because it's AI generated.
It sounds like you know, like corporate music. You know when they like they have these like pop songs that have
Yes.
no emotion or anything in them.
I
It's
just
like that, but like any genre.
I don't know if I'm biased, if I'm this biased because of the Make It theme, but the theme 4, I'm in love with the theme 4. So basically, hold on. Basically this. I'm in love with it. It's amazing. Absolutely adore it.
Listen.
I think I'm just biased because it's Make It theme. But okay, and I get that. But on the other hand, first of all, the music objectively isn't bad. It's
No, it sounds like it's well put together. It's like someone had like a few music theory lessons and just made something.
yeah. As I was just talking about on stream, I don't think Suno is capable of making bad music. Like, I don't think it's capable of making bad music. I don't think
Well, I think it
it
depends
could.
on your definition of bad.
Bad as in, well, in music theory you have certain things which are like considered just straight up bad. For example, I don't know, if your entire song is just made out of semitones, then it's probably not gonna be great.
Wait, do you know much music theory?
I don't know, I've been studying it for like 6 years when I was a kid.
Okay, I've studied a lot of music theory as well, so you can have a conversation here if you want.
Remember when I said as a kid? I have no idea
as a
what the. I mean, I know the music. I know music theory. I just don't know. I don't know the anything in specifics. I know the generals.
Wait, did you play any instruments?
Yeah, piano, trumpet, flute, stuff like these.
Piano, trumpet, flute. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Were you like good?
And when it comes to piano, yeah, I was
Okay.
really good at the piano. With the trumpet and the flute, I quit.
That was the same for me. Like, so I did piano and singing, and then in secondary school, I also did French horn. But French horn was like, I kind of didn't like it that much, and at a certain point, I got an injury from hockey where it like changed my lip shape. And so I had to start relearning the French horn. And at that point, I was just like, nah, I cannot be bothered to relearn it, since I already was kind of terrible. And so I just gave up.
Okay, I don't mean to make fun of you, but like when it comes to the French horn, possibly for the
Well,
I know
yeah,
why.
mean, it was a cool instrument. I think I only did it because my school said that they needed more French horn players. So I was like, oh, why not?
Yeah, because no one wants to play the French horn.
Yeah.
The only reason anyone ever
It's a
plays the
cool
French horn is
instrument, though.
because
It's like a trumpet, but round. You know.
yeah, it's weird. Why would you... Listen, as much as I love your like, what do you call it? Hold on, my brain ain't braining no more. It's really late. As much as I really like your advancements when it comes to academia and chemistry, that's amazing. That's outstanding. Just the French horn, come on, French horn.
No, the French horn wasn't the highlight of my music career. It was the singing mostly.
I know why I'm going so hard, but I just never had anyone like positively talk about the French horn.
I never hear anyone ever talk about French horn. It's like no one knows it exists, and then you mention it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's an instrument."
Actually, I feel like there's a stereotype of like this kid who plays the French horn in school, because there's always in school. It's never like in a band, and it's always in school. No one ever plays it outside of. Yeah, that instrument is.
There's no reason.
Precisely. But hold on. Another thing I want to say actually about AI music though is that first of all, it's actually really correct. Like for example, I think I don't know if you will hear this. Hold on, let me find a good example and play on Discord. Okay. Like for example, this. I'm streaming on Discord so you can get live audio.
Yep. I'm watching.
This is impressive. Like if someone made that.
Yeah, it sounds good because it's fast paced.
Not only because it's fast paced. Listen to the complexity.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for most of the music it makes, it's complex, and making complex music is an extremely difficult task.
Yeah.
I've never made a complex piece in my life because I just couldn't handle that. I only made simple bullcrap like my theme, and because of that, most of the music it makes is actually pretty good. I would say most of the time pretty great. But the thing that really sells it for me is the fact that I can have like a jazz piece, I can have like a metal piece, I can have like an odd piece.
Wait, so are these all from your...
Yeah, I can have like an electric piece, and all of them are the Make It theme. All of them. You can't beat that. You can't beat the whole library.
It is cool that you can hear the theme in all of them.
Yeah, that's what's so awesome about it. Right now, I can make like full-blown hour-long videos with continuous music in different genres, in different styles, whilst all of them are different songs, and yet all of them are the Make It theme. And there is nothing that could beat that for me. Like, I get why people don't like AI music, but... No. Wait, why am I streaming in HD? Hold on, actually. I don't have...
I just noticed that I haven't seen that before. It's because my Nitro ran out, and then someone else gave me Nitro Basic before I could buy a new Nitro. And so now I'm on Nitro Basic.
Is that an ad for Nitro, as in, Make It the streaming is such a low quality, this cheap piece of fuck could stream in better quality?
It's like, you have HD and I don't, so
but I don't have Nitro.
I should get Nitro to. You don't have Nitro?
No. What? Why do I?
What? Oh, that's okay. That's actually hilarious then.
Yeah, that's precisely what I'm saying.
Wait, so you can't see it there. It's not in the chat.
I mean, Nitro streaming quality. I am streaming with Nitro streaming quality. It's just that people should start impressing their creators. That's not a good song, Happy. Happy, I listen to everything. You're not gonna. Of course, I'm gonna recognize the references. But yeah, I'm just, nothing can beat that. Or cinematic jazz, I mean. Okay, so my favorite, there's so many good ones though. This is way simpler, but it can be simple.
Can you make it generate one that sounds like elevator music?
Oh, I think I can try actually, in fact. You know what, let's do it. my
I'm
mouse.
just really curious.
Suno. I'm gonna try. Okay, so what?
Because it already sounds almost like elevator music. Like the default one.
One thing you have to understand is a lot of people are really upset with AI generating music. But what's really funny for me is that I get why they are upset. It's basically existential dread all over again. Whenever a new AI thing pops up, it's always existential dread. I experience it too. I've made literal streams about it. But what's really funny to me in this case is that this AI is really making good music. From a music theory perspective, from the quality perspective, from the fact you can customize it, it's really great music. But people still feel this existential dread, and because of that, most of the reasons are just rationalizations. And it's...
Well, I mean, yeah, it's always gonna, like, eventually it's always gonna be good at making something.
Eventually it's gonna be best at making something, and that's
I think all it will do is it will, like, over time, we'll see more of a difference between the AI stuff and the human stuff. And people will do things to, like, stylize it more, you know?
I mean, this is
It'll
version
become more
3.5.
expressive.
Like, what would version 4 even look like? Version 4
it will keep getting better, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it will then push humans to do better and probably be more stylized. You know, like, how like, when they invented cameras or whatever, they were all like, oh, well, this is going to ruin painting because now no one needs to paint because you can just take a photo of stuff. But it just meant that painters then became more expressive with it.
That's precisely what I'm saying. That's what I think is... Okay, I don't... You really push me into politics right now. Because there is only one answer I have to this. No, there's only one answer I have to this, which is basically AI is pushing us in this curious direction, where basically art is going back to being art. It's very counterintuitive. Basically, all of the art for profit won't really make sense from now on. Because all of the art for profit will be automated. From now on, the only art that would actually make sense is just art for the sake of art. So...
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I get what you mean through that.
And I think it's a really good thing. I've been saying it for an extremely long time. If we won't kill ourselves with AIs, then we'll end up with a society in which no one will have to work. We'll just do things because we want to.
In general, doesn't most music make money from like tours and live shows and like merch? Isn't that the main?
No,
thing
most music is making money from being famous. There's no reason
as in it's the fame and then they get it from the merch. Like the money is from the merch.
It doesn't really, well, distinguishing between like from the merch and from the others doesn't really matter because the number one is fame. If you're a famous music maker, you're just gonna make money. It doesn't really, it could be from the merch, it could be from the ads.
What do you see happening then with AI? Because it's like AI can't get famous. You know what I mean? Like, do you think artists themselves will use AI to make background music and then they'll sing over it? Or
oversaturation of the market. Like, for example, in the 90s, if you were a famous rock band, then you were famous. And I mean famous with a capital F. In the 70s, if you were a famous artist, you were famous with a capital F. But nowadays, famous artists are becoming less and less, I don't want to say significant, it's just less and less, singularly famous. Am I making sense? I think you get what I mean. Like, the most famous artist right now isn't quite as famous as the most famous artist would be in the 80s or 90s. And I think, and that's because of the oversaturation. So basically, right now it's easier and easier for people, so the competition becomes greater and greater. And at this point, you have people who make outstanding music with for an audience of 100 people.
Yeah.
And that's a standard right now. And I feel like it's just going to go up and up from there, which means that at some point, even the most famous artists will be niche because, well, there'll be a bit of an oversaturation. So I feel like whilst AI can't be famous, AI will enable all the people to be on the same level as the famous people. And because of that, everyone can use AI to get famous when it comes to music. And because of that, more famous people means less famous people. Supply and
That's what I
demand.
was gonna say. Like you can't have everyone getting famous because then no one's famous. You know.
Yes. Well, I mean, hold on. I'm trying to make elevator
Hatsune
music.
Miku. Yeah, I was thinking of that when I asked the question.
I have money because Hatsune Miku isn't AI, it's just the voice. Isn't AI? I don't know. Technically, I
Well,
suppose.
as in like my question about oh you can't make AI famous is like well you could do it and then just put a face on it. You know.
I'm looking for the perfect theme to. No. Okay, there we go. This would probably be the perfect elevator music theme. I'm really curious if you can handle elevator music, like if you can
Wait, are you
understand.
using? So you had your original one and you turned it into a strings one, and now you're turning the strings one into an elevator one.
Yeah, when you use the piano one, it's okay, when you give it a sample, it's really forcing that sample into the song.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you can hear it right now with the cartoon kid. That's
Is
the
there no
best
like
example.
slider to like
No, no,
change how
no.
much
The
of it is
only two
the
inputs,
weighting?
the only two inputs you have is the song you want to extend. In this
Okay,
case, it will
okay.
be this one,
So you
and
have to do
then
it through like a few layers of AI to actually change it.
well, I don't. That's not how I do it. I just have the theme, which is the chord progression. Then I make this theme in FL
Okay.
Studio in different styles, and then.
Right, right.
So right now I have my theme
Oh, okay.
as.
I thought that strings one was an AI one.
No, no, no. That's from
Sorry.
FL Studio.
Okay.
As I mentioned, this AI cannot make bad music. This AI would be incapable of making something this simple. I've tried. So the best example of how it forces it in there is, for example, this one.
Yeah.
I really like this one. Just go straight for it. It still fits. It just
It's interesting how it just like knows which bass notes to pick based on the chords.
I don't think it knows, honestly.
Well,
I don't.
as in like it's picking the root of the chords that
That's
you have in
that's what
piano.
I think. That's what's so interesting about this because I don't know exactly how this AI works, so I am purely guessing. It's a pure guesstimate. But if it works the way I think it works, then I don't think it even knows what music is, and that's what I find so interesting. This AI is just finding the connections. It would be especially true for music because like there is like a mathematical theory when it comes to wavelengths of what makes a sound pleasant and more what makes a sound unpleasant. So I genuinely think this AI might not realize that this is music and might not apply any music theory. Is just a mathematical equation for it.
I think it's just doing it based on other songs. So it's like it know for example with the chords, it's like it knows that generally when you have a certain chord, you play a certain note in the bass, and it doesn't know that that's the root note of the chords. It just knows that that's what people usually do, and so it
Yeah,
just
but
does that.
that's what's so funny to me because for it, it's not really it knows that when there's this chord, they should play this note. For it, it's just like, oh yeah, when I
Yeah, it
have
doesn't even
this
know it's a
number,
chord. Yeah,
then this
yeah, it's
number,
just values.
which
Yeah.
is just so funny because when you generalize it like that, then basically no any AI can have no idea what it's doing. DALI probably doesn't even know that it's generating images. What am I doing? Actually, you know what? I take it back. My multitasking skills aren't quite as impressive. Elevator music background, is that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Oh wait, what's the name of the thing? The instrument? Ah, it doesn't matter. I can figure it out. I'm certain it can generate some good elevator music for me. I think it will try to overcomplicate it, honestly. I think it will try to make it, pun intended, just grander than it needs to be. Speaking of the animation which I'm working on, there we go. How come you always join in for the molecular overdue theory segment?
That's why if we have water, for example, and we'd like to turn
I
it
wonder.
How come I'm making so many molecular overdue segments in my videos?
hydrogen and
Hmm. you think it's a feedback loop?
Oxygen, we need to bring in additional energy. So first what we do is we pull these electrons out. The
Did I
stabilizing...
tell you I was gonna have to redo an exam in the summer?
Maybe? I don't...
Like my organic last semester.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you I...
Thank you.
So it turns out I actually did well enough in everything else that they just said, oh yeah, you don't need to reassess the organic. so I'm chilling now. I can just... The only thing is, like, I could do it and then gain the extra, like, 5% that I missed for organic. But my overall grade for the year would only go up by, like, less than 1% if I did that. So it's just, it doesn't make a difference. So
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it, especially with this this internship.
No, yeah, it overdid it, yeah. He has no idea what the elevator music is. That's not elevator music, buddy. Or maybe I actually used the wrong sound for it. Although I could help it out a bit, I suppose. Just
I
a
mean,
bit.
what's that instrument that's usually in elevator music? Is it?
Yeah, I was
It's
asking,
like
actually. I
it
think
sounds kind of like a xylophone or a glockenspiel. You
I
know.
think it's a xylophone. Where would I even
probably
find
a xylophone.
drums? Cymbals? No, that's not what I mean.
A lot of elevator music is bossa nova. Oh, I love me some bossa nova.
What's Nova? I've never... Wait, okay, there we go. Xylophone. Is that how you spell it?
Vibraphone, that's it. Vibraphone.
Vibraphone.
Yes.
Boy, who would even make that
It's
distinction?
similar to a xylophone.
That's such an actually music theory nerd stuff right there.
I mean, I am a bit of a music theory nerd from my teenage years.
But distinguishing between a xylophone and a vibraphone, they're right next to each other.
They are different. But like...
Yeah. Yeah, right. No, guys, trust me. Trust me, it's different. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm about to make a team on a vibraphone. Hold on. It needs to be slower.
It usually has a melody with no chords, you know, for the elevator music. I'm trying to think. It's usually like that, and it's just got some really simplistic chords.
Oh yeah,
So
but we're
maybe
not
AI
going for
won't be
simplistics.
good at
We're
it.
doing make a team elevator music. I want a
No,
challenge.
I mean like elevator music is usually simplistic.
I know. Okay, I think this is good enough. Let's do like 80. We're so busy now. I'm just chilling. Should reset, relaxing more. Just eat 3 cups of ice when they feel bored. Hey, Happy! Look at the bright side. I'm also always here.
Happy, I'm not even busy right now. I've had a week off work, and I just went back to London and spent a week with family.
You make
I'm
my
back
life
in the
sad
labs
by
tomorrow.
comparison.
What do you mean?
Hold
What
on,
did I
make
do?
it theme vibraphone. Vibraphone. You have to realize we here at Make It Incorporated are terminally online. You can't just say stuff like that. That's
I mean,
insensitive.
I am terminally
Yeah,
I just
right.
wasn't online for a few days.
Yeah, right.
Well, I
I've
mean,
been continuously
on my
streaming
phone
every
for
single
half of
day
it.
for the past 511
Okay.
days. What do you
Yeah,
know
isn't this
about
your
being
second stream
terminally?
today? Didn't you stream like
Yeah, this is the
5
second
hours
one.
ago as well?
I was bored and have anything to do with film as well. Stream
That's
again.
fair. That's fair.
Maybe that's fair. that's some sociopathic behavior. Oh, you know, after 511 streams every single day, I was just feeling bored, so I might stream again. Okay, there we go. I feel like this is perfect.
Oh, you should also include like bossa nova in the prompt. I think.
Bossa, what now?
You don't know what bossa nova is? Oh my
No,
God.
I make
let me
videos on
DM you.
YouTube.
You're really not a music nerd.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. If you heard bossa nova music, you would know what it is. I think you just don't know the name.
Oh my goodness, what even is that? Rockstar, somebody. Okay. I don't know. I hope the AI will know. All right, extend.
The AI
away.
definitely knows. It might be a genre as well. Or what's the choice on genres?
Oh yeah, Kuan just said something which is like a perfect example, basically, of what I mean. To quote Kuan, that's at the end of the message. Not the best, but I would rather okay music than AI music, in my opinion. So like
AI music is okay music, you know?
yeah, but no, because AI music is good music, but Kuan is saying that you would rather have okay music. So like people genuinely would prefer lower quality music if it's not AI generated.
Yeah.
Which I find so funny. Wait,
Well, I mean, it's like art, you know. You can get AI art.
yeah, but that's
like,
what's so
you'd
funny
usually
about it.
prefer getting non-AI art.
Yeah,
even
but
if
that's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
as good.
People rationalize like first. It's actually 5 stages of grief. It's actually
So everyone's in denial, is that what you're saying?
no. It starts in denial. Like, you know, oh no, music is bad actually. Music is just bad. AI can't make good music. The music is bad, the music is awful. Then moves through the stages. Wait, what stages would there be? Actually, wait, well, stage 5 stages of
It's
grief.
denial, bargaining.
Wait, is bargaining second? I
Denial,
thought
anger,
bargaining was second, yeah. Then there's
denial,
anger.
anger, bargaining, acceptance. Oh, bargaining, grief, acceptance, isn't that? Or
Depression's also in there, I think.
Depression, bargaining.
I can just Google that. 5 stages of grief. I just don't know the order. Wait, what was the order? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Yeah, so first stage is denial, basically saying, no, AI cannot make good music. AI music is awful, it will never be able to make good music. Then there's anger, so basically being pissed at the capitalism most of the time. Then you have bargaining, which that's the current stage right now. So basically like, yeah, AI music is decent, but you can get music from somewhere else. You don't need AI music. You can get music from different sources. Next one will be depression, so people will start just unsubscribing from my channel. And then acceptance. Then we move on to more videos. Too much, yeah. It overcomplicates it.
Happy. The thing is, AI doesn't give you something unique. It gives you something based on what already exists.
Yeah, that's the thing. AI actually, most AIs, because of how they're made, will make way less unique stuff. They will make a lot more better stuff, but not a lot of unique.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the upside down. So, for example, a couple of days ago, I tried generating fentanyl music. I know we're familiar with fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. You know fentanyl,
Oh, no.
as in the drug?
Yeah, I know the drug.
Well, then fentanyl is a play on
As in
words.
like female fentanyl.
Yes, correct. You got the pun. Congrats. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And from the name, you can already guess what the music will sound like. Actually, If
Not
not,
really, no.
not really. Hold on. Allow me to send you something. Okay,
You're still on screen share.
can you figure out what the music is based on this?
Just
And-
like yeah, as if you're on a trip.
I'm just gonna send you Dogmatica.
Okay.
But basically, I've tried recreating Femtonu. Didn't even get close.
Okay, yeah, this is
It wasn't even close because Femtonu is very unique.
yeah.
So
That's the
AIs
thing though
are,
with like art as well is like for me anyway, I prefer really stylized art that does one thing really well. And it's like with AI, it's very generic. It would just give you something based on.
but that's the thing. That's precisely why actually that I like it. The main reason
Well, yeah,
is because
like they're good
I'm
at
not
different things.
I'm not using
That's,
music to make music. I'm using music to make videos.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why people watch my videos is not for the music. Music is just
Yeah,
an
exactly.
additional thing. I am using AI. I mean, I'm using algorithms all around. I mean, my renders look amazing, not because I'm a great artist, only because I'm using cycles to render them, which is a rendering engine, which is a phenomenal rendering engine in Blender. And like, my main skill when it comes to video making is not the fact that I make good videos, it's the fact that I'm just combining a lot of good looking things into a pretty good looking thing. I'm not that skilled, actually, surprisingly. I just mostly capitalize on the fact that most people don't bother to get into Blender. This is a lot closer to elevator music.
Yeah, it has too much energy though.
I can't hear the make it thing in that though.
Yeah, it's not really doing it.
Still waiting for the make it theme.
I can hear the bossa nova in it. I'm surprised you don't know bossa nova music.
Of course I
I'm gonna try and find a good example for you.
Out, destabilizing the bond between hydrogen and oxygen and keeping them separate. Now, once the
There's so many
bond
artists on Spotify. How do I limit this?
Hold on, I'm looking. Oh my goodness, my tab is a mess. Yeah, I don't need this. I don't need this. I need my taskbar again. So AI music as a standalone thing is not great. Not because the music isn't great, only because there is nothing specific about it. It's
Yeah, I mean, it will end up just as a tool. You know,
yeah,
the
but
same,
AI
same way
music
AI
for
art
the
is going, I
reason
think.
that I'm using it, that's what it's made for.
Yeah.
And people are upset. They're talking crap about my Suno. My Suno is doing great work. Leave him alone.
Well, that's the thing. If you put it in the video, no one's gonna notice. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
no
in
one's
this
even
video,
gonna tell.
in this video so far, the entire video is with AI music. There's 10 minutes of AI music, and it fits. It fits perfectly.
So first things first, what is energy? Well, energy
Just
is
like jazz in the background. Leave my little guy alone.
all these electrons back to their original orbitals, which means
All right, the next animation. I wish we could bring back the Soda Casey music. Let Soda do their own songs without me putting pressure on them. I think I'm in the anger stage of grief for AI. Honestly, at this point, I've moved into acceptance. I've been over the 5 stages of grief on repeat for such a long time when it comes to AIs.
I
I'm just.
haven't even been grieving. It's just it's a new thing.
Mm.
I mean, I think
Trust
for
me,
me,
you'll get there.
from a science perspective, it's really useful.
Oh,
Like, I've already seen like I've told you about AlphaFold.
yes.
Like that, I've seen that and I've used it, and it's insane. And it's like if we have that for everything in science, that will give us so many.
Basically, we want a Jarvis. That's what we want. I mean, as my opinion, that's what most scientists want from an AI. Like,
well, I
just
mean, yeah, because
Java simulators.
it's like right
That's-
now, one of the issues with research is one person can't read all the papers that exist, and so AI can fill in that gap. and
That
can
was
actually
such a huge. I remember
gather
when
info.
ChatGPT came out. Oh my goodness, that was such a massive boost.
Like imagine an AI trained just on published papers, like only published papers, and it uses the language model to put things into words, but it uses the published papers for the info, and then you just ask it questions and it does everything, like that. That would be insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what basically we want in science. We want the Javas.
Yeah.
We just want to say, we just want like make a tiny little circuit and say Jarvis analyze the circuit, and we want Jarvis to analyze the circuit. We want the Jarvis to tell us what's wrong with the circuit, if anything is wrong. We want Jarvis to tell us what's right with the circuit. If it's breaking, we want Jarvis to do a little scan and tell us why it's breaking. But no, all of them suckers just get sidetracked with some image generation and whatnot, trying to capitalize on. AI shouldn't work for you, so you want free slaves, basically. Well, you don't have to put it like that.
It will be a tool. The whole point is it's a tool.
I'm in grief for the AI. That's another movement. I really don't like that movement, though. The one where people, feel bad for AI or something like that. That's not how it works.
Wait, what? That's a thing?
Yeah, where people basically...
How does that work?
Well, there is a large group of people who think that AI is conscious.
Oh.
Not only conscious, actually. Conscious and that it has human values. So basically...
I think we're a way off that, no? Like, if AI could be programmed with values, then you can start making arguments for that, but like...
Yeah, but, if you understand AI, then you wouldn't really think it's conscious, would you?
Yeah.
There is a really large group of people who think AI is conscious. And who think that... the people who think AI has human values is actually a much larger group, because that's just an intuitive way humans think about intelligent beings. Like, if you think of another human, to be truly objective, you don't actually know if they have the same values as you, but if you don't know if they have the same values as you basically need to consider every single human a psychopath.
Yeah, you have to assume some baseline.
Yeah, so we take this mental shortcut, and then we just assume they have the same values as us. So it's actually pretty natural for us to think AIs would work the same way, but they don't. There is no reason for them to think like that. So even if, for example, DALL-E would be conscious, DALL-E... Well, to say that we're perfectly satisfied with just generating images is a bit of a misnomer. It's more like it's its purpose. Its purpose is to make images. That's kind of like breathing to us humans. Like, we don't love breathing, we don't hate it, we just need to do it. I just feel bad for AI as I feel for Hammer. I feel sad for Hammer. Happy, I feel like you're just sad. There's no consent. No one asks a hammer to a hammer nail. Listen, that's actually not that weird. With humans, it's the same thing. No one asks a human to human. Humans just human. All around.
They be human in.
They do be human in.
What is this bit you're animating anyway? Is this the...
Energy. Well,
entropy?
It was... Actually, yeah, this is actually segue to entropy.
Oh, no, enthalpy, not
Oh,
entropy.
enthalpy, no.
Is this the energy of bonds or the energy of...
I don't remember what enthalpy even is. This is just electrolysis as an example of turning electrical energy to chemical energy. And I'm gonna do setting it on fire as an example of turning chemical energy to kinetic energy, and then a generator as an example of turning kinetic energy to electrical energy as a full circle, and then to explain how like thermal energy is the ash of energies, and that's where you lose energy.
Okay.
Okay, as if that makes sense. This is more of a okay, stop talking kind of okay then.
No, I was reading something. Quantum Man doesn't know what's going on. You'd think Quantum Man would know. Wait, did you finish Outer Wilds?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
It was really good.
Because I was like a bit frustrated by like I was watching at the beginning, not at the end, but like you were like skipping so much stuff, and it was like
Yeah, it was.
it was really annoying me.
Have you ever tried streaming a game? You can't just
I know.
play
I
them for yourself.
figured it's because you're streaming. Yeah, yeah.
can't-
Because you kept commenting on like how you wanted it to be entertaining, and I felt that was why you were skipping stuff.
That's why I don't actually play any lore-heavy games or story-heavy games because
Yeah, I think you would have like
the only
enjoyed
way
it more if
for
you
me
were by
to
yourself.
stream it in a way which is entertaining when it comes to story games is to just shut up and play the game. But then I'm just stealing content. Then I'm just ripping off the game,
Well,
putting it on YouTube.
I mean, it's interesting to, especially in a game like Outer Wilds, is to like absorb the info and start, theorizing things and trying to piece things together. That's the point. And like if you're talking through your thought process, that can work as content. But it depends on the kind of
I
person.
mean,
you
maybe.
are.
I
'Cause,
mean,
like,
I
I've seen a
did
few
that,
playthroughs.
but like that's precisely
Yeah.
why I skipped over all of the smaller storylines of all of the Nomai. I didn't care for them. Who cares about Nomai?
Yeah, but they like everything had a bit of info,
I mean,
I
yeah, but
remember you-
to this very point, I don't
what
remember
were
a
you
single
asking?
name of a single or no, Rebek. I remember Rebek.
He wasn't a Nomai.
Yeah, I know, but I mean in general,
Okay.
any character in the game.
Oh, because I like really got into the characters because there was a lot of like.
I mean, I know there was a lot of drama.
Wait, did
like
you find the?
they were basically hitting on each other on tablets, which is well.
Well, one couple was, yeah. But then it's depressing when you find out like how they all died as well. Wait, did you find that, or did you just beat the game without finding that?
The what was the comet name was?
Okay,
the
yeah,
Interloper,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I know more names of the planets than the actual Nomai. Or
that's the
just,
thing though, because like the story, like each of them had a purpose, and it all ties together across the whole thing.
by the way, I would just like to rethink Exorbitance for explaining while we're busy talking about all the other ones. Yes, this is Charity Checkups, which I stream every single day. For charity, jeśli bez koncertu make it average starzeń godny summon charity English to pay for yourself. I do it every day, and yes, I have done it every single day for the past 511 days. This is 0.5 because I've already streamed once today, and this is the second live stream. Right, now carry on. Just need to add a quick ad.
Oh, there was one question you were asking. You were like, why did they do this? Why is this not told? And I'm like, well, it says it in this place, but you hadn't looked. I remember a couple moments where you were like, oh, why don't they just say this? Why is this so confusing? But like, I specifically remember there's a place where it answers that exact question. And that was annoying me a bit.
The main thing which confused me is was the fact that was the the main bit which was the most confusing was basically the backseat gaming that happened.
Yeah.
Because
I noticed
you
that
all,
where people were like, oh no, go and look at this.
yeah,
And it's
you
like,
all already knew everything about the game.
Yeah.
And that was so confusing because everyone put so much pressure on the moments which I just simply at times didn't have enough information to actually find useful. Like for example, when it comes to the high energy lab, that was the
Yeah, I remember that.
best significant place I've been to. And y'all made such a big deal of like, basically the thing, the right click thing, what's it called? The thing that you find like foo and just follows.
Okay, can I say something about it though? Because
Yeah.
what was important about it was the fact that like the info that whole thing was trying to tell you with that experiment was that if you put more energy in, it increases the time delay. That was what it was telling you. And I felt like you kind of you did it and you flicked the switch and you're like, okay, it time travels. And then you walked away.
I
It's
mean,
like-
yeah, because the info of you put more energy in That was so. I mean, it was like right now I know why it's important, but that's something you only
Yeah,
find important
yeah.
once you complete the game. The only
Yeah, I mean,
reason,
it's not even. It doesn't even. You don't even need it to.
yeah,
to
you don't
beat
need
the
it. The
game
only
as
reason
well.
why it's important
But it's
is
just
because
cool.
it tells you why the sun needs to explode, basically, for it to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, because it like pieces it together. Because you're like, okay, because it shows you that you're redirecting the energy from the solar panels
And so
from
basically,
the energy to the city to the
and so
lab.
basically, everyone made such a huge deal of a location, with with information from it was useful to me only like 20 hours later.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, all the info you get in the game is like it's not immediately useful unless you're stuck and you're looking specifically for a piece to fit a puzzle. It's like it's all info that helps you later, and so it's just not. Your brain can't contextualize the importance of it, especially since you went there so early as well. That was like the first place you went to, and that's usually
Well,
a
not
much
like that
later
was just
area for
the
everyone.
first place I went to. I, I spent
yeah.
hours on the
I know you.
in between.
Because for me, I went to like Giants Deep at
Everyone
first,
went
and
to
I was
Giants
like,
Deep
I
first.
followed. Well, it's because one of the dialogue things was like, he's like, oh, where should you go first? And one of the prompts is like, well, he found the statue there, so maybe go there, and so that's what I did. And so then I just did that, and I just followed like, instead of exploring a place like a whole planet at a time, I would follow the logic that I was missing. So it would be like, okay, well, this experiment in this place tells me this, and so I go there, and then it tells me something. You know, I was following it like that, which is good and bad, I think. You know, there's a DLC for the game.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. It's was like scary or something, from what I heard.
It does have some scary parts that are like worse than Dark Bramble.
I really Dark Bramble. That was for me. For me, it was so insane, so funny. Oceans, I mean, Giants Deep, was still the scariest bit of the game. I
There's
wasn't
nothing going
afraid.
on, like nothing can kill you there.
I
Like,
know, I know, but that was the bit in which, like, when I fell into Giants Deep, that was the single most terrifying moment of my entire playthrough. When, to be fair, I did
Wait,
it
did
in
you
a,
see the meme? The
Yeah,
meme I
with the
posted
island.
a couple days ago. Yeah.
To be fair,
That
the
was
way
so
I
good.
fell into Giants Deep was pretty unique. I don't know anyone else who actually managed to have their first like journey to the Giants Deep happen quite like mine did. I don't know if you've been there for when I first fell into Giants Deep.
No, I don't think so.
I was testing out the gravitational cannon on Ember Twin.
Oh, and it launched you there.
Well, the plan was good on paper. The plan was great on paper. I didn't have enough fuel to go up to my ship. I was in the gravitational cannon. I didn't have enough fuel to
Okay.
get my ship much higher up. So what I thought I could do is I could use my spaceship, launch it really quickly, jump out of it, gain some momentum, hop onto the ship, refill my oxygen, refill everything. It was going to be great. It was a perfect plan. What I did not think of was the fact that like you gain a lot of momentum with that. I mean, like a lot.
It pushes you. It's called a cannon for a reason.
Yeah, it's like a gravitational cannon. For some reason I thought it would be like 20 meters per second, something like that. It turns out it was a bit quicker. And actually, when I managed, like half a second after I actually launched, when I managed to get out of the spaceship, I was already like around Alter Rock. So that was a bit of a launch. And basically, Elliot told me that I can use the scouts to gain some momentum. So I did that,
Oh yeah.
but I did it in the wrong way, and I didn't actually think of where I was. I was just trying it out. I thought Elliot was joking, and I was just trying it out. I was just firing them around directions, and it just so happened that like it perfectly pushed me into Giants Deep.
Damn.
Me, someone with thalassophobia. It pushed me into Giants Deep without the spaceship, not knowing what's
Did
in
you-
there, with the name
you
of the
ever figure
planet
out-
being Giants Deep.
Yeah.
So
Did Did you ever figure out the controls on the Nomai ship?
I figured out the first two. The third one, Elliot told me. I think. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, the first two are obvious. The third one,
Yeah.
I don't
The
know
third
how I
one
would
is
figure
like
out.
yeah, you can no one can really figure out
Yeah, it's
until like
landing,
someone else tells them.
but like
Yeah, it's interesting because it like actually aligns you to the planet nearby and then lands you on it. But it's so complex that like your brain just you can't work that out.
there's no information of it actually. How to use a spaceship.
I do think the DLC might be better to stream because the DLC. I'll say one thing is not really a spoiler, but like the DLC doesn't have much text, so you're not reading stuff. It's more visual.
Hell yeah, reading is for nerds.
Yeah. So the DLC is all visual, but it's the same game.
Oh,
Like it plays
one
the same
thing
as
though,
the main
which
game.
I should mention, is that I am actually pretty good at like retaining information. It's just that not with on stream, I'm good with retaining information, but not the backstory kind. So for example, I have never been scared of the dark bramble because from the very beginning I knew that I just had to go on the slowly and that's it. And I actually managed to get, I think, up to the I think I managed to explore the entire dark bramble, like every single key point, without once being eaten by anglerfish. That's why I wasn't really afraid, because you know
Okay.
there wasn't really a danger in there for me. Like I wasn't naming the fishes and whatnot. But Giant's Deep, that was terrifying. Why would it be
But
called
nothing
Giant's
kills you in
Deep?
Giant's Deep either. Like
Why would it be called Giant's Deep though?
Uh,
I still don't get
because
it.
it's a large water planet.
Giants,
It's
not
the
Giant
bigge- yeah,
Deep.
as in
Giant's Deep.
well, I don't know.
It's so awful.
cooler.
Game developers were just screwing with me. Ah, it's awful. I really do want to play a horror game though. The DLC.
I would then
give me craving.
so the DLC is like there are bits that are really scary. In the sense that like while I was trying to overcome those bits, I had to take breaks, you know, like it would be really
Ooh,
intense
so
and freak
spicy.
you out, and then it's like okay, I need to sit down for a few hours and then come back to it.
That's really tempting. That's really tempting. I have a
But it's the
habit
kind of game you should spread out over some time, and it lets you absorb the
No.
info a lot better.
No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
not a marathon
No.
stream. It's like
Not. This is charity checkups, sir. We don't do that sort of thing. I'm gonna try to do a full playthrough in a single live stream.
I mean, do you like puzzle games?
Kind of. Depends.
Kind of.
There are
'Cause
there are
I've
different
played
kinds
a
of puzzle
few.
games.
Oh, there's a language puzzle game.
Do you
that I
know
really like.
Don't Push the Button?
I know that, yeah.
I really like this sort of puzzle game.
Okay.
So it's I don't know, it's what I shouldn't call it. Like discovering. Am I too late? No, really not, a guy. Slay the Princess is silly. People keep recommending me that game. I don't know what it's about actually.
Slay the Princess. Is that the new one?
I don't know what that is.
That's the. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen it. I've seen the trailer. It seemed
let me
interesting,
check.
but it didn't seem like my kind of art style. I'll give you the name of this this language puzzle game that I quite enjoyed.
Slay the Princess. There's a demo and the supporters pack. Where's the game? I don't want the demo nor the supporters pack. I want the game. Oh, it's excluded because of some nudity or sexual content. Can't stream this. This is YouTube. I like money. I like being able to stream. Do you have any
Have a look at
recommendations
the,
for
the
horror
one I
games, by
sent
the
you.
way?
Horror games.
Yes.
I mean, I've played. Amori is a good psychological horror, but it's not a horror game. Well,
I have this problem where I'm not really like, unless it's thalassophobia, I'm not scared of video games. Thalassophobia makes me more uncomfortable than scared.
I don't play much horror.
Yeah, a long time ago I had this bet with Ali actually. where basically if I won, I would donate $5 charity. If she won, well, no, if I won, she would donate $5 charity. If she won, I would donate $5 charity. Over if I'll get scared in like a horror game. And we picked a couple. Dark Deception. This is not the game. I think this is not game 2, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, the priest one. The like pixelated. What's it called? Dark. No wait. Nah, the famous pixelated with the priest. Dawn. I don't remember. The famous one. All of them were mid. Well, this is
have
not
you
the
heard
game.
of have you heard of Rain World?
Rainward? Yes, I have.
That kind of plays like a horror game. In a way, like it's not a horror game, but it scares you because of the way it is.
Faith, the Unholy
Do
Trinity.
you know
Thank
much
you.
about it?
I have seen it.
You've seen it.
That's
okay.
scary. That's scary. I mean,
No, I mean it was scary for me because I mean the whole thing with it, right, is that the whole environment is like its own ecosystem, and so everything is really hostile to you. Like you can die really easily, and stuff will chase you, and that's like that gets your adrenaline going for me.
sir, I've played
so
Doom
it's, like,
Eternal.
scary to
You
play
have
it.
no idea how much of a live environment which is trying to hurt you I've experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the psychology of it as well, because you're like everything's a predator, and you're just like insignificant. And that's the whole vibe it goes for. It's like the world doesn't care about you in that game.
Boy,
And so-
relatable.
and so it's just like it just kind of scares you because like at any second you could die, and there are like some enemies have like camouflage or whatever, and you can like barely see them on the screen. But if you look really closely, you can just see it, and then you're like, oh my god, it's right there, and that kind of stuff. Like
Tons of scenarios.
I just find it scary. This one's a puzzle game.
That's an interesting
I
style.
really enjoyed it. I got my mum to start playing it.
That is an interesting style.
The whole thing with this game is you're translating languages.
Oh
and you need
yeah,
to, like,
I am.
fully understand a language to progress. But they're simple languages.
I don't know. I don't think.
That's fair. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, I
It's an
can
interesting
already
game, though.
language that. I'm American, sir. Here at Checkup, we speak
I mean,
American.
yeah, I'm not much of a language guy, but I just really liked it.
No, it's not that I can't do language. I'm just too much of a patriot, too. Unfortunate.
We do is we pull these electrons out. Then we need to bring in additional energy. So, and oxygen, we need to bring in additional energy. So first what we do is we pull these electrons out, destabilizing the bond between
Damn, my
hydrogen
voice is
and
annoying.
oxygen and keeping them separate.
Stabilizing.
Now once the bond
Stabilizing.
between two oxygens is high,
I don't
it's
think
still
this is important.
still
Actually. I
lower
think I
the
should cut this.
oxygens being by themselves.
This is
So
just
they bond to
electrolysis
reduce their energy as much as possible. Now what we do is we introduce these 4 electrons back, allowing the hydrogens to bond into a gas. Now
Actually, maybe. Thinking how to visualize it graphically. Okay, I think I have an idea. Oh, do you have Lethal Company?
No, I have content warning.
Would you like to play Lethal Company tomorrow?
How much does it cost?
Don't worry. Don't fit.
Don't worry.
Do you have the time?
The charity money's going to me.
Yeah.
So it's for my
Charity is
cancer
just a
research.
front to buy games for the people.
It's £8.50.
Would you like to?
It depends on what time tomorrow, because I'm working until probably 6 or 7.
Well, we're probably playing it with Ali, so that's in the American time, so it might be later on.
Okay, that would be later then. I don't know, because I like content warning, but I'm not sure about Lethal Company.
I mean, if you like a content warning, you're probably gonna like a Lethal
Well, yeah,
Company.
yeah, I know, but like,
Content warning was made based on Lethal Company.
yeah. It's the art style though. I think I'll just have to see how I feel tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, just like let me know when you're playing, and I'll just say if I feel like it or not. If that's alright.
Make it should play a horror game VR. I don't have VR. It's expensive. I don't have the money.
Well, VR is so fun.
Oh my goodness, I've wanted to buy VR for years, but it's just a big purchase for me.
I know, and like every time you want to buy it, it's always more expensive because like the latest one is just costs way more, but
Yeah,
you don't want the one from last year. 'Cause
It's so
not as good.
confusing. Why can't I just buy like a simple old headset?
Yeah,
I don't care about some, I don't know, iris face tracking Google Meta presents face stealing technology. I just want a headset. I just want goggles. Why learn a different language when you speak burgers and fries? Freedom.
I can hear fireworks, but I'm on campus. What?
Oh, 4th of July was a couple of days ago, and you're on the wrong side of the planet for it.
I was in London for the last few days, and then I came back to uni yesterday, and then I got my results in the evening. I had the whole week with my mum to talk about my results, but they just didn't come in until after I left and went back to uni.
Was it the... One of them laws where if something can happen at a bad time,
did
it
you
will
just
happen.
gift it? Wait.
What?
No.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to actually receive it this quickly. I was honestly
What the
expecting
hell?
a 10 of Steam or something. Why do you have a Steam open?
Hey, what happens if you? Oh, because I was looking at my games. Wait, what happens if you decline a gift? Does it?
I don't know.
refund you?
No one ever declined a gift to me.
Should I try
rude.
it?
It would be pretty rude of you. kind of rude to decline a gift.
Okay, I'll accept it.
There we go. That's how it goes every single time. Actually, it's my one
I mean,
argument.
I was curious. That was it. I was only curious, you know.
At this point, I feel like I might have gifted more games than I own. That's mainly because of copies. Like, for example,
Okay.
well, Lethal Company. I think this might be my second Lethal Company gift. Terraria. Thank God for science being easier than language. I mean, yeah, because you do realize that science is like a subset of language. Like in different languages, you have the same science, but in different languages.
I mean, there is also like language science, you know, like
Oh, linguistics.
etymology and linguistics. Yeah.
It's actually really, really funny. I have a friend of mine. Is basically, like studied English as a part of this. You have like this whole program of extended English. I don't really remember what it's called. And what's really funny is that when they make you study English, then you basically know English better than most people who like
Yeah.
the most British people, which I find really funny.
Most people don't know English that well.
Yeah,
Like, they make a
precisely.
lot of
Like,
mistakes.
for example, when I was like, sometimes I can't remember a specific term in physics or in in music theory. That's my favorite example. Something I can't remember an exact term in music theory, and like he would remind me of it. He never studied music theory.
Okay.
All the music theory terms he knows is just from like the extended English he studied, which I find
Okay, so it's a lot of vocab as well then.
it is a lot. I find it really
Okay.
funny.
I remember like as a kid I was interested a lot in like how grammar worked. And I picked up like grammar skills quite quickly in terms of like understanding things like accusative and nominative and all that, like applying to English.
For me, it was quite the opposite. I never liked languages. It was just a painful. I'm awful with memorizing. Absolutely awful with memorizing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like memorizing, I'm not good at, but like logic is what I like. Like reasoning for things. I was good at writing though. I've always been good at writing.
Oh,
It's weird. People are always like, "Oh yeah, you're either a science person or you're like a creative whatever person." But like, everyone's a mix, and there's
And
different
also-
aspects of both.
yes, all of those uncreative Nobel Prize winners. Those.
Exactly. Like, there's loads of creativity in science.
I
and
do
there's
believe
loads of logic in
The
humanities.
main theme through all of Free Blue One Brown's videos is that you need to be creative in math. If you want to be
Oh,
a
yeah,
great
yeah.
mathematician, you have to be creative.
Yeah.
And I just find it so funny how people always think of math as just computation, because that's how it's taught in schools,
Yeah.
and then they never realize that they actually.
That's the thing, because it's taught in schools as a tool. And so that's.
wouldn't even
and
say
so
exactly
most
as a
people,
tool.
Like,
I would say it's taught in schools as a tool from the 1800s. Both when because
Yeah.
first of all, almost every single exercise that you're taught in schools, you can just do on a calculator. Like even like I don't know, derivatives. Yeah, Wolfram Alpha exists. I get why these examples would be taught to explain stuff, but like it's not helpful to hammer them over and over again, teaching people how to compute things really quickly. When it comes to derivation, doing derivation for 2 weeks, like examples of derivation, I would say that's fine, but most of the time it's not 2 weeks, it's months. Why? You should know why certain computations make sense, not how to compute
Yeah.
quickly.
yeah.
Also, I would just like to mention
I mean,
how
that is kind of what they've done at uni for some of my quantum mechanics, is like they've shown us like 10 slides of like how they derived some method for something, but they've said you actually don't need to remember that method. It's just like they just wanted to show us how it worked so we understand it.
yeah, actually, there's a similar thing. Like, it always upset me how no one ever explained why bonding actually happened. And so that's why I make a video, everything about electrons, on YouTube right now for 2 weeks. It's good. We recommend. Go watch. I also would like to mention
I
that.
felt the pacing of the video was weird. It felt like you were jumping around topics, but I think it was a result of you like trying to.
It was a result of me jumping around topics when researching.
Yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah. Exactly.
It really was. For the sequel, first I'm gonna start
Like
the
at the
recap.
end, you're just like, oh yeah, why isn't water explosive? I'm like, well, where did this come from?
Hey, so those electrons are cool, lol. Let's talk about water. How can you blow it up? Also, I would like to mention how Life said try playing Subnautica, which is funny. I did a playthrough of Subnautica a really long time ago too on stream. It was really funny. It was really fun. I really can't stress enough how fun thalassophobia is. For the longest time, I thought that like being this uncomfortable in deep water was just a natural thing, and like everyone went through it. But only when I was a late teenager, I realized, no, make it. That's actually a phobia. That's most people don't really care about deep oceans that much. Now imagine, like,
I mean, I've never been in the deep ocean, but like, the idea of it.
It doesn't need to be that deep.
Scary,
For me, deep is 7 meters.
Well, yeah.
So now imagine how fun it is for someone who has thalassophobia to play an entire game based around deep oceans. And like, large creatures living in them. Fun. It was fun. I enjoyed the experience. I basically...
I do want to go diving, but like I have this thing with my lungs where when I'm swimming for too long, it like builds up fluid in my lungs. And I think it's from the
You need to
pressure.
breathe. You need to breathe oxygen, not water.
No.
That's... You see, I got that confused
I
too.
mean, like,
you need
when
to
I've been in
actually
water.
go up to breathe.
No, it's like I think it's the pressure. Like just being in water for too long just makes fluid like secrete into my lungs, and so I'm scared that if I ever go diving, it would like make that happen, but way quicker, and then I'd have some freakish whatever breathing panic because I just wouldn't be able to breathe. Imagine drowning in your own fluids, like your body's just put them in your lungs and you just drown in that. That's
Yeah,
that would not be
mild
nice.
panic moment, I would say. Mildly uncomfortable at the very least. Drowning in your own fluid, yeah. I'd rather not imagine that, honestly.
What's the name of it? Like I haven't got it diagnosed because I spoke to the doctor and she was like, "Yeah, I've got absolutely no clue."
That's never a good... No. That's actually one of the least fun things you can hear from a doctor.
Yeah. So I think it's this. I'll send you the name.
What do you mean you went to a doctor and she was like, I don't know? That's not a good...
Yeah.
Oh, I see, okay. It
I
makes
think
sense.
it's that, but
Pulmo.
I don't know.
I think that's lungs, if I do remember my lingo correctly.
Pulmonary means lungs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm smart. I know them words and such. I'm really tired, but like...
See, the thing is, this stuff says it about the heart, though, so I don't even know. Like, it could just not be this.
I mean, heart, lungs, close
I've
enough.
tried to
Most
research
doctors
a lot of stuff.
don't distinguish between them. There's no point. They're close enough. Your body making fluids in your lungs build up to the point you drown, not by the water around you, but your body's own mechanism. Nah, not scary at all. It's actually surprising how like many different, I don't call diseases, are just caused by the body itself.
Especially autoimmune.
I mean, that's the definition of
diseases are,
autoimmune,
like,
isn't it?
terrifying. Yeah.
It's basically the immune system.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
autoimmune diseases
killing
fall
you.
in that category, is what I mean. But like autoimmune, I find like absolutely terrifying. Your body just goes after you.
It's not pleasant because, like, I actually don't know how they defeat autoimmune. I do believe there's a different treatment for each one, but there are certain autoimmune diseases where it's like, what can you do? Part of your body, just the second most complex system in your body, just decides to kill you. Just looking around and decides you're the virus. Oh no, I'm getting the post-caffeine tired tummy aches. Oh no. It's when I guess the negative side effects of relying on caffeine to stay energized. Actually, I was thinking about picking up a new chemical reaction. I thought you could actually maybe review its complexity. I know it's
Yeah,
not
sure.
exactly Well, never mind. I was expecting you to have more of a fight, actually. I was expecting you to be like, oh no, I don't actually do this sort of chemistry or
I
something.
mean, it
I wasn't
depends.
expecting you just
You
like,
can
I mean, no, too late.
you can ask me questions, but I might not know the answers.
Oh no,
It's just like
I'm
I
not
might as
gonna
well
ask you
try.
questions. I just want you to like give me a rating, 0 to 10, of how difficult you think it would
Okay,
be.
I can answer that. 'Cause
Well,
I've got a lot of lab
basically,
experience.
here's what I wanna. I have a. It's a pretty fun idea for a video. It's a very difficult reaction. I'll be honest. Um, this is what I want to end up with.
Oh, organic. Oh, you okay?
Yes, it's a very difficult one, but to be fair, I'm kind of burned, a bit pun intended, after the sulfuric acid video because both of them sucked. So I want to make one which will be really good. So the reaction is really difficult, but oh well. Reactions plural, I suppose.
Which reaction in this are you doing?
Well, that's the thing.
Like you want to make this, right?
Yes, I guess I should specify. This, I do believe, I had the whole like link written out somewhere. I'll just have to find it. I think it was this one, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to find the link.
This one you shouldn't do because one of the things is very poisonous and a gas. So
Oh, that's it. That's the end of the sentence. Oh yeah, right. I would
Yeah.
never. I
it's
would
a,
never
it's a
deal with
poisonous
that.
gas. So just yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
shouldn't.
yeah, yeah. I definitely no. That's you're right. That's bad. That's I shouldn't. But like, if I were to do it, how difficult would it be?
I mean, what would you have in place to manage poisonous gas?
Glass.
Because you don't have a fume cupboard.
No.
So would you do it outside and release poisonous gas into the atmosphere, and just wear a mask and hope it just goes away, just diffuses?
How bad would it be if I like, if that was my plan?
It would be pretty bad unless you find a really, really remote place where you know you're not gonna put anybody at risk.
Ah, damn it. Fine. I will still do it because I have a. I just want to have one idea which I think is funny. I will just do it just once I get a lab. Fine,
Once you
safety
get a lab.
first. I
Once
guess.
you just buy a fume cupboard, yeah.
Yeah, once I buy a film cover, that's when I'll do it. Oh, those pesky chemists always gatekeeping all the good stuff. Things are like, oh no, you're gonna die and put all the people at risk. It's
a
actually
big
really
thing,
difficult
though.
to
Like,
find.
especially in the lab, there's like this. There are so many hazards I need to be aware of all the time. It's really important.
Yeah, but also depends on the lab, you know. Like you work in a pretty advanced lab, and by pretty I mean very advanced lab.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
lab would be more about like introducing the dangers and then just trying to mitigate them. So for my lab,
Yeah.
it would just mostly be like a, you know,
Yeah,
things that
my
I would
lab
die.
half the lab stuff is the danger. Like, rotary evaporator or a Schlink line. There's like one of these things that works. It like makes a vacuum. But you have like a part of it is a pipe that passes through liquid nitrogen. Towards the vacuum pump, so that if any gases get through, then they condense due to the cold from the liquid nitrogen, and then they just sit at the bottom of this thing, and so they don't get through to the pump. But what it means is that then if you like turn off the vacuum and let it fill up with normal air, then the liquid nitrogen means that your air will condense into liquid oxygen. And, and then you have liquid oxygen in this thing, and then when you get rid of the liquid nitrogen and you let it repressurize, well, you don't let it repressurize. If it's closed and then you get rid of the liquid nitrogen, then it's building up pressure because all the liquid oxygen is turning back to normal oxygen. And then as soon as you open it and let all the pressure out, it just explodes and it ruptures the entire thing, and it's all made of glass. And so it's like there's all this stuff we have to worry about when we're using high vacuum and liquid nitrogen. I know he was telling me about it. That my supervisor, he's like, oh, you got to be aware of this and this and this, and it's like, whoa, okay. Like, yeah, if you do this, then this explodes. If you do this, then this implodes, and it's
The better question is what would
it's very
explode?
easy to make these mistakes. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
No, by the way, you can make a fume hood. No, I cannot. I mean, I can technically, but no, I will not. Like making safety
It's very hard
equipment.
to make a proper one.
Yeah, making safety
it has all the
equipment is one of
thermodynamics.
those things where, like, if you're not an expert, you shouldn't do it, and if you are an expert, you already have it. There is no scenario in which making safety equipment, unless for some very specific ones, there's no scenario in which making safety equipment is a good idea. Because
I mean, one thing with fume cupboards, for one, they're very strong. Like they actually have a really strong pull on the air. But also, they're designed with the aerodynamics in mind. So it's like anything you're working with, even when the like cover is up and you're doing stuff on the table, it's still pushing all the air away from you, like into the hood. So it's always like there's never any risk of any gas coming out towards you.
yeah, also the part, like, I don't trust myself to actually make one. I mean, I trust myself
wouldn't trust
fine, it's just
myself.
not with my life. Actually, it's a pretty big challenge. I'm trying to find a fun reaction to do. Something organic this time. I want to slowly transition to organic.
Something organic. You should make something that fluoresces or something. Yeah, I've been having loads of fun with my stuff.
So, as I understand, is your completely unbiased opinion right now?
Yeah, in my unbiased opinion, doing fluorescence research.
You see,
you should make something
fluorescence. Make it. Fluorescence is objectively cool, and like it's
It
the
is
best
objectively
part of
cool.
chemistry. No, but I'm thinking it's just that the problem. I want to make something with benzene because it's so
something
useful.
with no, you should not be touching benzene with it.
No, because it's carcinogen. Come
Even
on.
I am trying to avoid benzene with my with all my stuff. It's more
Okay,
than carcinogenic.
honestly.
Isn't it? It's
What? But wait, which reason? All the reason combined. Which reason for touching benzene?
let me have a look at that. I just know that anytime benzene is mentioned, my supervisor's like, nah, we stay away from that. Like, you want to avoid it if you can.
Cringe. I mean, I get no. Hold on. I get like telling me to stay away from something, or your supervisor telling you to stay away from something, but your supervisor should at least give you a reason.
I mean, it's because it's really toxic. Like,
So
it's
what?
like we just don't want to use it because it's gonna kill you. Like,
Everything
when
can
we have
kill you if you use
choices-
it wrong.
choices alternative to benzene. Like, usually there's alternatives to benzene in a lot of reactions, and so we just avoid it because we can use the alternatives. Like I used phenol in one of my reactions like a couple weeks ago, and phenol is like benzene but with an OH, so it's an alcohol. And,
Oh yeah, by the way, remember
that was also really toxic, and I could smell it, and I should not have been smelling it.
Oh yeah, that's also one of the things I wanted to make phenol as a part of it, because for that reaction, one part was
you
making
just
phenol.
shouldn't like.
know.
You just shouldn't be making this stuff.
Safety, whatever, gatekeeping in science.
Even phenol, like it's these crystals, but like as I was weighing it, it was like it's hygroscopic, right? Hygroscopic, and that word means it's like water sticks to it, and so what it does is it kind of like melts, like as soon as you take it out in the air, it starts melting because of the water. Like the water is dissolving it, and so I was like trying to weigh it out, and it was like melting in the thing and like sticking to my thing. And then because of that, since it was dissolving, it was then some of it was evaporating, and so then I could smell it, and it's not a pleasant smell, and it's a very toxic smell. Yeah, those crystals. Yeah, they're pretty crystals though. They're like white but almost see through.
Blue free on the file. I don't care enough for this bit to actually check it on an actual sheet, but like free on.
It's corrosive.
Yeah, like I shouldn't smell it. It wasn't a pleasant smell. Well, I can imagine. It's the smell of death. As a death, you're smelling. I'm just looking for something fun. I have no clue what to do.
Something fun. Are there any luminol experiments you can do?
Luminol.
Yeah, I think luminol. You can do some cool luminol experiments. I've seen videos. But
I
haven't,
love
haven't
Wikipedia.
done one.
Like when I search luminol over there, I have also like as the fifth option I have a misspelling of chemical luminol. Cool. I love it. That's great. That's precisely what I meant. Chemiluminescence. Well,
Yep.
in your completely unbiased opinion, I can tell.
My unbiased photochemistry opinion. Yep.
Using criminal investigation. What?
Let me see if I can find a luminol experiment.
Okay, the reason why I wanted to do that chemical is because I could make a bulletproof naked mask. I'll be honest. I'll be completely fair and honest.
But you would no. You'd have to. You'd need loads of it. Like, you need loads
No,
to do
I
that
wouldn't make
much.
like an actual bulletproof. I would just make, technically bulletproof. That was the idea.
Yeah, but even just to make a mask, like you need a lot.
Oh, no, I wasn't gonna make a mask. Hold on, I should rephrase it. The video topic would be making a bulletproof naked mask. The video
Okay.
topic. I would just 3D print a mask and then apply like a thin layer on
Okay.
part of it.
So
was the
clickbait.
I wasn't gonna make a full mask out of it. I'm not insane. Oh, that would be painful.
Here you go. Here's this instructions for an experiment.
Luminol.
This is
Such a
RSC.
lazy name, by the way, Luminol.
What? Okay.
I'm just getting upset. I'm just an old man yelling in clouds, okay? Studying calories as a consumption. Oh, this demonstration, what am I doing? Oxidized bleach should produce electricity. Yeah, energy as light when it decays the ground state in small enough fluorescent luminous solution for demonstration wanted to glow to yellow-green color. Much longer than some hours. Oh. I actually might, you know what, maybe. I'm
Maybe.
adding it to the list. Well, I'm at the throw everything against the wall until one sticks phase of the planning for the video, so... So maybe it means, it's just on the list, like all the other ideas. I'm not gonna pick my favorite until like at least give it 2 weeks to marinate. This is another thing I just want to... I love retail therapy, I love buying stuff, and I'm itching to buy something. Just itching.
That is not good. That's how you waste money.
That's like Christmas! You mean tell me that Christmas isn't
Buy a
good?
UV torch. UV torch is one of the best things.
What is a UV torch? Is that exactly what it sounds like?
Yes.
Okay. You
Except
are
it's not
so
like,
biased. You are so unbelievably biased.
Except it's not like really high energy UV because that would like give you skin cancer. It's like it's UVA. There's like UVA, UVB, UVC, and it's like A is the safe one because it's like barely outside visible.
Blacklight, basically.
Yeah, it's a black light.
What else would there be? There's like a whole shop of like chemical supplies which I can buy, and it's so convenient. It's like 2 days delivery. Means I can buy something, it will arrive in 2 days. There's so many chemicals over there. All I need is to pick one, or pick a couple, and do something with them.
Just pick a couple at random and react them.
Pick a couple
Go
random,
wrong.
mash them together, and heat it up. Then set it on fire. That's how science is made. You know what actually could be a decent enough idea for picking? Hold on. You know what? You gave me an idea. Let's go for potassium. Let's look at potassium. Look at potassium, commercial uses, and let's just pick something like something random. Well, maybe not something random which looks relatively not lethal. All of these look lethal. I've picked potassium. That's a fair point. Let's do chloride. That's potassium chloride. Salt. Okay. So salt. Okay.
Ninja's talking about strong UV lights. Did you hear about that NFT event where they used full strength UV lights instead of like normal long wavelength UV lights?
Splendid idea.
Yeah, no, like it was terrible because afterwards there were like tons of the people who attended hospitalized with like eye damage from just being in there with these like full UV lights, like full UVC, like really high energy. It was a nightmare. Like how does someone mess that up and buy like full like it's insane.
They wanted to be bright. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing, you can't tell it's bright though, because it's
I
outside
know.
the visible range. Like
I know.
let me see if I can find an article on that. The thing. They use UVC sterilization tubes instead of normal blacklight tubes. Whoops. Rookie mistake.
But okay, hold on. If you're buying something like that, it's not gonna be called
Yeah,
like
I
a
don't-
black
Yeah,
light.
I know.
It's gonna be called a
No,
UV
I think
sterilization.
blacklight is the name for UVA. Like when it's UVA and it's safe, it's called a blacklight.
If you're buying something for this sort of event, and the first word you see in the description is sterilization, that's not the direction you go in. No, that's not a good idea.
Sunburnt skin from the event, man. They had sunburn. Because we have like a full strength UV light in the lab, and like that's for the TLC plates. And when we put something in, we either put on gloves to put it in, or we just like really quickly hand in, hand out straight away. Because it's like that will like burn your skin and give you cancer.
Everything in chemistry burns your skin. It gives you cancer. It's pointless. Well, it's fine. It's boring. Magnesium. I'm gonna randomly look
Do
up.
vanadium. I'm unbiased.
Actually, I thought about it.
Vanadium actually has some nice oxidation states.
I actually thought about doing vanadium, but it's expensive.
Ah,
Yeah, that's my
That
main problem with
expensive?
vanadium.
I didn't think it was that expensive.
It's not that expensive. It's relatively expensive.
Okay, because I know from my research, it's available as a medicine.
Main applications of magnesium are anode, aluminum ions, die casting alloy zinc, removing sulfur. I have sulfur. I need to demove it. I need to go the other way. Why is sulfur so useless? It's awful. I have at this point I have over 1 kilogram of sulfur. And I can't use it for anything because it's useless. Apart from sulfuric acid, there's nothing. I do have magnesium. It's really fun to burn it.
Please wear eye protection when you burn magnesium.
Yeah, totally.
Or just close your eyes. One or the other. Just don't look at it. Like.
Just close it.
Oh, have you seen that
You
video
heard
of
it
that
here
magnesium
first.
fire?
Hold on. You heard it here first, kids. Flame, a professional chemist, says that whenever you burn magnesium, always remember to do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Now carry on.
Oh, there was a video of a magnesium fire, like a whole facility with like magnesium stores caught fire,
Whoa.
and then the fire department sprayed water on it, and it lit the sky up. Like actually,
Ooh.
I'm trying. Let me see if I can find that video. It might take me a while.
Boy, that was a good idea then. Just-
Well, it was like really bad. Like it wasn't meant to happen.
I can imagine.
Let me see if it's on YouTube.
Can I buy sodium? I've never tried. I can make sodium. Sodium is one of those things which are really fun and surprisingly simple to make.
I found the
Not
video.
easy. Oh boy, show me. I can't show it on stream, can I?
Yeah, you can. You
Copyright.
can.
Copyright.
Oh, is it copyright?
No,
I don't know.
I'm gonna show it on stream. Hi, hello everyone, welcome to an episode of Reaction YouTube. Okay. For licensing usage contact, nope. Boy, that's bright. Wow, that's bright.
I mean, at the end, wait, it's these sparks. just
Fireworks,
falling
it.
down. Yeah.
Cool. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Ba-da-da-ba-da.
He's a busy man with his phone calls.
I hate being polite.
Why? What happened?
A person actually called me. They didn't want that. That was a misclick. And like, I
Well,
answered,
like
but they
it was a wrong number.
no. They just accidentally called me. They
Oh.
meant to call someone else. Yeah. And so like I didn't answer in the beginning. So well, I did answer, but I just answered very late, and so they disconnected right away. And so I called them back just for them to be like, no, that was an accident. Make it. Sulfur can be used to make homemade explosives. What do you mean, Sahid? I doubt it. Trust me, I've checked. What do you mean sulfur can be used to make homemade explosives? I've never heard of that actually.
I haven't either.
Sahid, we're gonna need a citation is very much needed in this case. This matter is close to my heart.
Wait, do you know about triacetone triperoxide?
Oh yeah, it's my favorite acetone. Triacetone what now?
Triacetone triperoxide.
Triperoxide.
But I think the wiki article is just acetone peroxide.
Yeah, so acetone peroxide except triple. No, I do not.
You don't?
The triaminoase triacetone triperoxide.
It's like giga explosive.
Pretty irresponsible of you to tell me that. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not
no,
gonna
don't
do
make
it.
I
Hey,
was
make
just
it.
curious, 'cause
Have
it's
you
like,
ever
it's
heard of
something
this
that, like,
extremely explosive chemical? Oh no, I don't want you to make it. A wink, wink.
I was just curious because it's like it's known as like easy to make and really dangerous, and so I thought you would have been like all over it as well.
This is the top one. I want you to do it, but I don't want you to do it.
No,
Pitch
I
I've ever
actually
heard.
don't. I actually.
Yeah, make it. It's
I don't even
really
want you
easy
using
to
benzene.
make, but
like,
please
I
don't do
trust
it.
You.
Look how you can trust me. Like, I'm hurt. You don't trust me? Listen, the fact that I'm
No, I
still
don't
alive
trust you.
is
I
just
don't
a
trust
proof.
you to not like kill yourself with chemicals.
Oh, thank you for clarifying then.
No worries.
Hey, the fact we're still talking is just further proof of the fact that I know what I'm doing, okay? If I didn't know what I'm doing, then
Surely.
I would be dead by now.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting you to do a taste test in that video with the.
I thought about, I might do a taste test actually. Because a little bit of the low concentration one, that shouldn't hurt much. But it's not gonna taste good, is it? It's gonna be bitter acidic.
Yeah, acidic tastes sour. That's what sour is. Like, you know, when
Oh.
when lemons taste sour, that's the citric acid.
Has been used as the explosive of choice in several terrorist bombs attacks since 2001. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, there isn't there isn't a tutorial on how to make it. Oh, never mind. Here it is. From Wikipedia. I love that you have like directions on how to make meth scattered throughout Wikipedia. Because, well, you won't have it on any single article, but you just have in different places for different chemicals. Oh, for amphetamines, there's just straight up for amphetamines, you have 6 different methods on the side, because why not? I do want to make it. I'm surprised it's expensive. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for something. Let's look for... Okay, sodium. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Sodium. What can I do with sodium? Uses. Sodium chloride.
That's the thing, though. Like, the fun experiments are usually not the things they're used for.
I suppose that's true.
Or the aldol reaction. I've seen aldol too many times. It's given me PTSD. I'm so glad I don't have to touch organic ever again now. I was all like prepared to do this reset in the summer, and now it's like, oh, you actually don't have to do it. So now I can just forget all the organic.
I have quite the opposite of... I have the opposite, exactly opposite problem. I want to get into organic.
I mean, I can teach you a lot of basic organic. I just don't remember reactions.
That's the problem, though.
and that's
Like,
most of it.
if I'm just gonna learn basic organic, I'm gonna end up poisoning myself on purpose.
Well, things
I'm
like,
just gonna end up chugging my 5 liters of sulfuric
when I
acid.
say, like, the stuff I would teach you would be theory, like organic theory.
Precisely what I mean.
Not synthesis, because synthesis is what I suck at, even though I'm doing a whole project on synthesis.
Yeah, but honestly, I really don't think anyone actually cares exactly about that sort of theory. As in cares in
Well,
the
the things
typical...
like chirality, that's really cool, and like
Wait, I had
stereochemistry in general.
reality. Oh, that's the position, isn't it? Orientation, right?
Kind of. It's like when it doesn't have a. It's when it has two mirror versions of the same thing,
Okay, yeah, no, I do
and they're
remember
not
that.
superimposable.
Is chirality...
It's
I
like
feel like when it comes to organic chemistry, there isn't much I can explain, honestly. So for quantum mechanics, I can just do all these animations, I can do analogies, I can do all sorts of stuff. For organic chemistry, though, most of the
I mean,
concepts
it's all very
are...
visual. Like you picture all this stuff in your head as you do it. Like especially chirality. This is specifically like we call them like left
Chirality is
and
really
right-handed
weird for me
molecules.
because, like, when it comes to chirality, I don't know what is there to explain. It just feels like explaining. Well, when it comes to chirality, I really don't understand what is there to explain.
In terms of like what the point is or like what it is.
What? Yes, what the point is. I know what it is.
Okay, I mean the point is, for example, have you heard of thalidomide?
Well, yeah, it's my favorite website.
Website? What do you mean?
I was expecting this actually to completely train wreck the train of thought. No, I have not heard of it.
Okay, thalidomide was a drug that they gave to pregnant women. I can't remember why. I think it was to help them sleep or something. And this drug had it had chirality, and so there was like a right-handed and a left-handed version. And one of the versions was the one that they were making and giving to people, and the other version was toxic, and damages the unborn child
So first
if
what
it's
we
in your
do
system,
is we pull these
and
electrons
it causes
out,
birth defects. and all that.
destabilizing the
And
bonds
what they did was they did these trials and they gave it to people and they thought it was all right, and they released it.
between
And
hydrogen
then
and
what they
oxygen and
didn't
keeping them
realize
separate.
was that even though they were giving people like I can't
Now-
remember if it was left or right-handed, but they were giving people the right-handed version, for example. But inside their bodies, their biochemistry was actually converting it into a mix of the right-handed and the left-handed version. And so you were giving them this right-handed version, but it was making some left-handed version, and that gave all their children tons of birth defects because they were giving it to pregnant women to help them sleep. And these pregnant women were taking it, it was converting into the left-handed version, and then that was causing birth defects. And so there were like thousands of kids born with severe defects because of that.
I mean,
And
that is quite.
that's an example of like, yeah.
That's an example, but like, I don't know what is there to explain.
I mean,
Like, the basic
what's
idea of
interesting
chirality
it's
is
the
that...
same molecule, but it behaves differently, especially biologically, based on whether you've got left
Okay,
or right.
basic idea of chirality is that if you can have two molecules which are the same molecule, but based on their orientation, they can have different effects. Which is
Yeah.
basically like saying, okay, we can divide molecules based on their composition, as in, you know, what atoms make them up, and based on their orientation. And that's actually kind of it. That's all it says.
What this is different to just isomers. Like, do you know what an isomer is?
Yeah. I remember that.
This
I
is
did
different
research.
to just normal isomerism.
Why? I haven't gotten that part.
Because this will be, it will, like, if you were to write it down, it would be the same thing. Like, they're all the same, everything, it's the same bonds, right? Like, everything is bonded to the same things. It's just that one is a mirror image of the other one, and you can't superimpose them on each other.
Okay, but like, I still don't understand what is there to explain.
I mean, it just depends on what you mean by explain. Like, you can explain.
So,
the
for
whole thing.
example, what do I mean by explain? For example, when it comes to, hold on, the video I'm making right now, energy. when it comes to energy, I can explain what is energy, why is energy important. I can explain the consequence of energy, turning energy from different kinds. I can explain different kinds of energies, give example of what energy looks like what. I can give some equations for energy, stuff like this. So basically, I can take energy and then expand on it. I can give more information. I can then give analogies to break this information down, stuff like these. But when it comes to chirality, it just seems like you're starting with this idea where, oh yeah, chirality basically means mirrored. And that's where, chirality basically means mirrored, and mirrored can have different effects. And that's where it ends.
Well, yeah, because different effects is very, very, very broad. Like,
Precisely.
you'd have loads and loads of different effects. But I get what you mean. Like, it's not a clear path of logic. You can't like expand it or
Yeah, that's
delve
like
into it.
me
It's like, it's an
making
idea.
that's like me making a video about aromatic compounds. Like,
I mean, with that, you can expand it into like conjugated pi systems and all that.
yeah,
There is a lot
okay.
of
So
aromatic
from a
stuff to
from a
talk about.
low level chemical perspective, yes, but from a high level, if I was gonna make a video about aromatic compounds, there wouldn't really be much to explain. I would just be going over different aromatic compounds and then just giving a PowerPoint presentation on what they're used for, how they're created. Because it basically
Yeah.
depends on the compound, and when it comes to chirality, it depends on the molecule. So
Yeah.
there really isn't like a general rule. The only general rule is that mirrored can have different effects, and that's it. That's where it ends.
I mean, there is stuff about how light is rotated differently based on different chirality molecules. But that, yeah, there's not much to expand into it. I think there's a lot of like maths in chiral stuff as well. That's like separate from the chemistry, but that's a whole other thing. Like, it's a lot more than just chemistry.
I really don't understand organic all that much. It really feels like organic is just mostly memorizing stuff.
I mean, that's kind of because that's what I've said, but like a lot of starting organic is theory, and it's interesting theory. Like, I got 100% in my first ever organic exam at uni, and I was the only person who got 100% in it.
You can't a chiral, by the way. Yeah, I figured. Also, for your future projects, you might want to put a disclaimer to avoid trouble with YouTube. I don't think I'll do anything which... I don't think I would do anything for which I would need an actual disclaimer.
I think if you're doing anything too dangerous for a normal person to do, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, but yeah. First of all, ouch. Mean. Second of all, yeah.
No, that like from a safety perspective, like,
Come on, I'm honestly... I am shocked. I am insulted. I'm upset. You consider me so irresponsible.
no,
I'm
I
an
don't consider
extremely...
you irresponsible. I just consider you not a professional chemist.
Oh, I see. I see how it is. Yeah, you're not. I mean, make it your previous, but you're just not a professional like me. You see,
Well,
we
no, I don't mean, like-
professionals have different standards. You see, I'm gonna go now and walk in
what
my
I mean is
fume
I've been
hood.
trained for years. I've been trained in safety, in chemical safety for years,
I know, just joshing around.
and you're taking advice from some randoms on the internet.
I'm not taking advice from around the internet. I don't take advice in general.
I'm a random on the internet.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, caffeine! Oh my goodness, that's a good idea. Hold on. Oh, let me check. Oh, I have something to
Where
check.
did that come from?
Hold on.
Your brain was like, "Damn, I'm tired." Oh, caffeine. That's a great idea.
I honestly don't know where that came from. It just popped right in. Chemistry synthesis. Oh no, never. Oh, that doesn't look pleasant. Oh
Biosynthesis.
no, no,
Yeah, no, this is biosynthesis.
No.
This is with proteins.
no, no, no.
No, it had a lab synthesis method straight after that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Synthesis. Biosynthesis, caffeine, commercial spice.
The
Laboratory
second
synthesis,
paragraph.
there one.
Synthesized
Okay,
in the lab.
It doesn't look much better. If I'm being completely honest.
Oh, sodium methoxide.
I heard from
sodium
somewhere like
acetate.
this is one of the
Yeah, I
easier
wouldn't
ones, but
recommend this.
yeah, I wouldn't try this. I wouldn't want it. Isn't
Is
it
that a
insane
brain
how like
catalyst?
the caffeine molecule is just this much more complex than amphetamines, and yet for some reason we drink coffee and not take
I mean,
amphetamines.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you're
take
not
anything.
fun.
I take antihistamines,
Ha
but I've done research on them because I take them,
ha.
so it balances it out.
You addict.
Addict. I mean, I actually don't take them as much as I should. Like, I'll sometimes go for a week sneezing constantly, and I just don't take any antihistamines, and then I take it. I'm like, oh yeah, why did I stop this?
So a professional chemist who is interacting with chemistry this little, I just find it very comical for some reason.
What do you mean? Like, who doesn't take drugs?
Yes.
Yeah. Did I tell you my brother was in hospital like a few months ago because he took a bad mix of drugs,
Yes.
and I had to like tell him off. I was like, dude, you have a brother who's a chemist and you didn't ask me. Like, what?
That is actually pretty upsetting. Listen, before
Yeah,
I
he
take
took-
any
he
drugs, I
took-
am gonna ask you.
He took acid, and then like a few hours later he took ecstasy, but like the acid hadn't worn off, so he just mixed them, and you don't want them mixing, and so he had like a full psychotic episode.
Boy. There's a
But thankfully
website.
he's at the same uni as me, so
Isn't-
I just like went to the hospital.
Psychonaut? I think that's the website. Psychonaut Wiki, yeah. Just give him this. I know. Just give him this. I don't know if you've seen it or not. This is basically like a guide to drug, like a very responsible guide to drugs.
Okay.
It gives you everything about substances, the effects, what you can mix, what you shouldn't mix, what you cannot mix, trip sitting, because useful. This is basically like gun safety for drugs.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That's why I like surrounding myself with experts, because this is a true story. Ali is my medicine expert, and whenever I was about to take a lot of caffeine in a day, I always ask Ali before doing it. I always ask Ali. Professional medical opinion, that's important. I may behave in ways which seem irresponsible, but I do it in a responsible way.
Except when you want to use toxic chemicals.
Hold on, no. I am a throw everything against the wall until it sticks kind of guy. That's actually one of my big icks with experts. One of my big problems is that most experts I interact with will end up thinking of me as an idiot. That's because really
Well, I mean-
often, instead of doing the very bare minimum of research, I'm just gonna ask people right away because it's quicker. And because of that, really often my questions end up being really dumb.
I mean, usually it's like, usually the idiots are the people who pretend they know stuff when they don't. But you can tell, and like,
Yeah.
you can tell when someone's smart based on the questions they're asking as well. Because some people just make up stuff, and or they use really big vocabulary to like act
I
like they know something,
hate
but you
this
can
so
tell they
much.
have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, I hate this so much. Happens so often. Oh, it most I keep mentioning it. That's the main reason for why I do things on the channel. My catchphrase at one point was blank is pretty simple. So basically, I would have this. I would just input anything into the blank, like quantum mechanics or relativity, anything into the blank, because most things really are simple. People don't realize that. But then you have some pretentious dickhead, right? I don't know, watching a simple 7-minute long video about quantum mechanics on YouTube, picking up the vocabulary and then being like, oh yeah, it's because of the wave function or whatever. Acting like they know everything.
I commented on a YouTube video like a few weeks ago. It was like some random video about why ice is slippery, to do with like the water molecules on the surface. And in one part of the video, it had some animation where they'd made a mistake and drawn hydrogen double bonded to oxygen in the animation, but you like barely noticed it. It was just in the side, and so I commented on that, and then the comment blew up, and I had all these replies of like people saying the wrong stuff. They're like, "Oh, it's hydrogen bonding." I'm like, "It's not hydrogen bonding. What are you on about?"
Oh, you see, flame is actually
like, all
two
these people, they
electrons,
see this
so it's a
comment.
double bond.
Yeah, they see this comment and they're like, "Oh, I know loads about chemistry," and they start saying stuff. But like, the guy clearly made a mistake in the video, and that was it. All these people acting really smart, not knowing they're replying to a chemistry student. It's really funny.
For me, it actually happens on two fronts mostly. First of all, yeah, people just being pretentious and just like wanting to seem smart. That happens a lot, crazy lot. But then I also have the second group of people who are making this very pedantic sort of argument, because I use a lot of analogies, obviously, a lot of visualizations, and people really often like to. Some people really often like to complain about this. Like, for example, when the electron video, I had someone leave a chain of comments. I replied to them asking if they could specify exactly what they had a problem with. I don't think they replied. Well, let me find it. Sort by newest first. I don't know if I. Oh, this is a perfect example of what we were talking about, actually. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes. So, know how like some people are just pretentious and they use complex words to seem smart?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see the stream on Discord.
Give me a sec. I can see it now.
Yeah, so this would be like an example, I think, from 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is such a. I went on Wikipedia for elementary particles for 3 minutes and I'm gonna write a comment moment.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Like, yeah, I know there are more elementary particles than electrons. I know. And then
I mean, electrons objectively just have more complex behavior than protons and neutrons.
yes, and like that's
Because
exactly the problem.
Literally, an entire third of science is based on electrons.
That's
and
actually-
chemistry. Like,
I mean, that's what I replied. What I basically replied is I said, like, in this case, I said the most complex part of the atom, because when it comes to parts of the atom, we don't consider gluons or mesons or quarks. We consider protons, neutrons, and electrons. That's what we consider parts of the atom, just of the abstraction scale. And so, like, protons and neutrons are nothing. Are so boring. And then there was two more. Like another nice highlight is this. I'm just curious about this one. No, the structure of the electron orbit is not related to the distribution of positive charge of the nucleus. For intents purposes, the nucleus in the atom is like the smallest coin in the largest stadium. Also, the rest of your story about quantum numbers is very bogus. Boo, pseudoscience. The first portion,
no,
I
what
don't,
the hell?
I don't really
What?
get because I did not make that claim. The first portion, I just simply do not get. But the ending, that's. I asked them to specify, they
Yeah.
did not. I'm really curious.
Yeah, it sounds like a 14-year-old anyway.
Rest of your story about quantum numbers is very bogus. Which part? The quantum numbers part is the best segment of the video. I do get a fair bit of them. I actually come from computer science. That's where I started all my research, and over there's so many people who just. There are some people who don't even code. They just want to seem smart. See, this is why I don't write that many comments. No, there are some good comments. I do get a lot of good comments. I really like them.
The thing is, my mum is a software engineer, and I can tell she's really smart because she can explain stuff to me, and I can understand what she's talking about, even though it's like
Yeah, that's the real skill.
She's done that stuff for years.
The real skill is actually not to like just explain. The real skill is explaining a complex topic in a simple way. That actually shows your understanding. If you explain a complex topic in a complex way, that means you probably don't understand it. You're just relaying the information you got.
Yeah.
What was my longer comment yesterday? Okay, which one? Oh boy.
It's one of the reasons why in like exams, I don't like exams where they just want you to recall a paragraph that they've given you. I prefer questions where they're testing how well you understand something.
That's how it should be tested.
Yeah. I found uni is a lot better at that, but secondary school was just memorizing. Like so much of it was memorizing.
Yeah, that's why I kind of was left. I think I just couldn't. I'm all for memorizing.
Did I tell you about my secondary school chemistry teacher?
Maybe I give me some more context.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, she really liked me, right? Because I was always asking really good questions in class and always answering stuff. But I was terrible at exams in chemistry at school because I just wouldn't memorize anything. And I remember after my GCSEs, so I think she taught me for my last year of GCSEs, and then she taught me for my 2 years of A level. And I remember in the first year of A level, after my GCSEs, after some random class, she was like, "Oh, Flame, can you stay behind after class?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I stayed behind, and she just went up to me. She was like, "Flame, did you only get a 7 in your GCSE chemistry?" And to put this in context, a 7 is an A, and then an 8 and a 9 are like an A plus, right? And so she's like, "Did you only get a 7 in GCSE chemistry?" Like she didn't believe it. She's like, "How did you only get an A?" And she was, I felt really bad because she was always really sad that I would do badly in all these tests, because she knew I could do, like, I really understood chemistry, and it was really upsetting. And I remember, like, at the end, I was like, "Oh, I hope I get a good grade because I want to do chemical physics at uni." And she had this look in her face that was like, "Oh, you're not getting a good grade," like. Because at that time, our exams were cancelled because of COVID, so she already knew kind of the grades we were going to get.
I really like how we've been in the exact same spot, except we handled the situation in two completely different ways. I don't know if I told
As
you
in,
about
like, you got bad grades and you just kind of dropped out, or?
I don't know if I told you about my high school math teacher situation. I do.
No.
I do mention it every now and then. It's basically when I was in high school, my math teacher really liked me because I was good at maths. I wouldn't say great. I was good. The problem was I got bored of most of the maths we were doing. It's not like it was too easy for me. It was just boring, just straight up boring. And so when we were just starting on like the function transformations, as in, you know, how adding and subtracting from x changes the function, I just got bored of it after a week, and I just moved on to first trigonometry, then limits, then calculus. And I could tell she basically was giving us homework every day. And that's basically the problem, which we mentioned before, of how like school only teaches you how to memorize stuff, not how to understand them. And so everyone was getting really upset over the fact that, you know, we're getting homework every day. Everyone was like, ah, damn it, we have no time to do anything. But where other people see problems, I saw solutions, and I was like, and originally I was a bit upset over the homework, but then I realized, hold on, if I'm getting homework every single day and I don't want to do it, how about I just won't? And so from that day on, I never did my homework again. And I do mean never. And she was really upset because, like, I was doing decent when it comes to tests. When it comes to like additional exercises, I was doing great because all of my additional things were on calculus, which was years ahead of schedule.
Right, yeah.
But I was getting an F on each homework because I just would never turn it in because, you know, I just wouldn't do it. And so at some point, she was checking homework of every single person in my class except me, because she knew if she kept checking my homework, I would just fail.
Okay.
And so that's how I handled the situation, which I basically decided that now I won't, and I played the game of chicken. Except my teacher had nothing to lose, and I could just end up with an F.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I handled it completely different. I was way less polite. I was just a dick.
I mean, mine wasn't like me against the teacher. It
Yeah,
was,
mine.
like,
No, neither was mine.
the
I
teacher
love my
wanted me
teacher.
to succeed, and I wanted to succeed, but I was just terrible at exams, and I like didn't study.
Yeah, I mean, in my case, it was the exact same thing. It's just that I realized when it comes to academia that just wasn't for me, because there was no way I could stomach this ever.
Yeah.
So it was the same thing, except my teacher tried to convince me that like I should change and grow as a person, but I was like, no, I'd rather make YouTube videos, thank you. What a sad origin story. Jeez, and that's where we are. 511 streams into it. Teacher, like,
For me,
no,
I was just like,
terrible.
I like science so much that I'm just gonna do it at uni, even though I've done badly in these exams.
Destabilizing the bond.
And then I somehow like snuck my way into a chemistry course with a C in chemistry, and now I'm doing a master's. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's mainly because like chemistry in
Bonds
high
between
school is
hydrogen
different
and
than
oxygen
chemistry
and
at the
keeping
university.
Yeah, it is very
Separate.
different. I found like
And that's like the
as
best
soon as I
example.
went to uni, everything was being learned from
Now,
the
what is the
beginning
bond
again.
between
But it wasn't learned from the same beginning as secondary school. It was learned from like a quantum mechanics kind of perspective. Oh, thank you, Noel. Yeah, I already knew I'd done well this year, Noel, but it was like I got my final couple exams in, and especially my inorganic exam, I got 87 on, and I was really happy with that because I put in the work for that. I was studying that all day, every day, and so like that 87 properly boosted me. The protein exam wasn't as good, but the class average was 46% for that, so I'm happy with 45% on that exam. I got 45 and the average was 46, and my coursework for that module was 79, so it just like my average was like 60. So I'm chilling.
So basically, wait, average was less than half, basically.
The average on the exam was 46%, yeah.
That's
For
not
the
high.
protein chemistry. I know. Like we've been so a few weeks before the exam, they gave us these like past paper feedback sheets. And in all of them, it said the percentage marks from the students who did those questions in the past, in previous years. And all of them were like, oh yeah, students achieved a 30% average on this question and a 50% average on this question. I'm like, what? Wait, what do you mean? And then we got our feedback, like our class feedback, a few weeks ago, but we hadn't got our results. And the class feedback was like, oh yeah, the class average was 46%. I'm like, dude, what? And they didn't give us the actual results to the exam until yesterday. So I'd been panicking for weeks. Like, what if the average is 46? Then did I get like 30 or what? Like, but no, I was just slapped in the middle, which I'm happy with because I wasn't that good at that module. It was a lot of organic in that module.
I mean, if you're
it's
doing above
protein
average
chemistry.
in most of them, then doing average in one is out.
Yeah. No, I did really well in everything else. Like, the other stuff was like, obviously in organic, I did insanely well. Like, I've never done that well on anything. And then physical chemistry, I did pretty well on as well. Like, that was really good. And then my two lab modules were both really good. I told you about that presentation I did. I got really high on that.
That's great.
Yeah, happy. It was like all my modules this year were like 5 of them were mandatory and then 1 of them was optional. And the option was like analytical chemistry, protein chemistry, or more organic chemistry. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just do protein.
When you said one was optional, I wasn't explaining like, oh no, it's still mandatory. It's that you get to choose which one is mandatory.
Well, yeah, like you have to do one of them. Yeah.
So, okay, I see.
Yeah, as in like you do 6 modules and 5 were mandatory, and then 1 is like you pick from a set.
Yeah, you need to do these 3 things, and the 4th one is optional. And by optional, I mean it's mandatory, but you have options.
Yeah. That's what I meant, because like you need to do 6 every year on this system.
Boy, why did I decide to make such a massive video on that?
It was annoying that the option was going to be they had this energy and materials option, and I picked that one, and then like a few months before the start of the year, they were like, "Oh, actually, we're not doing this module this year." I'm like, "What?" They're just like, "Yeah, just pick another one. Pick the protein one." I was really upset because that would have been like proper inorganic. I mean, it would have been, I don't know, some catalysis. I think there would have been some polymer chemistry and. I mean, energy and materials is like energy storage, batteries, and that kind of stuff. Like that's interesting. I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence about electrochemistry.
Really? I mean, I haven't gotten to the complex parts of electrochemistry, so I don't know exactly what complex parts of electrochemistry even look like.
I mean,
unless I have gotten to them, in which case, oh.
we learned some like cyclic voltammetry, which was kind of interesting. It's more of a technique. It's like you put stuff in a changing voltage, and you like change the voltage, you move it up and then you move it down, and you do it in a cycle, and it creates this graph, and you use that to like characterize some stuff. I might end up doing it in my research actually, maybe, because we use it for certain metal complexes. Yeah, other electrochemistry, stuff like the Nernst equation. Have you heard of the Nernst equation?
Oh, hold on, I think you just gave me an idea.
Oh, what now?
Oh, I got a click. I got it. Oh, it clicked. I think I have an idea for a practical chemistry video, which might be actually a pretty fun one, pretty unique, pretty make it.
Is it electrochemistry? I have a guy. He's a VTuber who's an electrochemist.
Hell yeah! Okay, I want the contact info right now.
Wait, let me see if.
That's
you
it's
should
completely
just join
unrelated.
this chemistry server I'm in.
Hell yeah. This by the way, it's completely unrelated to everything I'm talking about. I just want it. I need it. Oh, an electrochemistry
See,
VTuber.
I'm not like big friends.
Count
I
me
just
in.
talk with him sometimes in this chemistry server.
Like me. Okay, I get it. Oh, I'm a chemistry VTuber. Well, not quite chemistry, but I'm a science VTuber. Close enough. Oh yeah, but for the idea for the
Let's see if
chemistry
you have a
video,
channel.
might as well not keep it secret. How about instead of like creating a chemical, I just pick some sort of chemical and then try to measure it in as many chemical ways as I can. I don't know if it's even called measurements. I don't know. So you know how?
Wait, can you repeat that?
So instead of making a chemical, get a chemical and or pick a chemical and then try to measure it in as many chemical ways as possible. So you know how like most of the things.
But the thing is that requires so much so much technology. Like
Yeah, that's the point. That's actually the point. Because if I was doing it with professional technology, that would be just boring. That would be just me going from one piece of equipment to another
okay,
piece of
so
equipment.
you want to do things like EPR spectroscopy with like homemade.
Well, not EPR spectroscopy, maybe. I was thinking something simpler.
I mean, what do you even do? Like IR spectroscopy? I guess you could do IR. You could do UV vis easily.
Isn't IR spectroscopy like one of the projects which you can do actually at home? With,
Yep, maybe you can.
I think there's
Do
a
IR,
couple of
UV
DIY.
vis, you can do pH tests. You can probably do you can do TLC. You just have to buy the plates. What else can you do?
Oh my god, that's
NMR. You need a really high tech machine for NMR.
Oh, you can buy it on
EPR.
AliExpress.
EPR is a high tech machine. X-ray diffraction is a high tech machine. Cyclic voltammetry, I think it's a high tech thing. I'm not actually sure. I assume cyclic voltammetry is also a high tech machine. What else? Hmm.
Oh, last time this stream was 6 months ago.
Yeah, I don't think he's like very active with it now.
Oh,
But I like I talk with him sometimes in this server. You should just join this server. You can like ask random stuff.
wait, but where's the server link?
Yeah, I'll send it.
There's no server link in there.
No, this isn't his server. He's just in this server.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
There we go.
It's a good server, especially for me as a uni student. I help a lot of people, and then anytime I'm like really stuck, I just drop a question in there, and some PhD student like answers me. So.
I only have access to the verify channel. How do I verify?
Oh no. Turing test.
I have to I mean I'm not the robot or anything. Right. Why would I need to prove it? I'm a human. I'm a human. Hi, fellow humans. As a human myself, I'd like to. Heisenberg. Fun fact: did you know that like on IMDb, which is that's they rate movies and stuff, the highest ever rated thing ever made, both when it comes to movies and shows, is Breaking Bad.
I did know actually.
No, well, you should have told me. I wouldn't spend all this time just building up to it. Oh my goodness, no respect. It's 9.6. That's the highest rating.
Are you in this server?
I am, but
You're not in the main chat. How long does it take to
for now,
verify?
please type .verify.
Did you do it?
I'm. No,
What was
it's that simple. I'm in. Oh, hell yeah, I'm hacking. Welcome, Make It. We are happy you joined us. Okay. Make It himself holy.
Okay, the main channels are the top 3 help ones, but there's
Okay,
also
I
some
see.
others. They're doing a giveaway thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like money. You're a verified helper.
Yep,
I didn't know. Oh,
that is because I help people.
well, I'm assuming that's what verified helper means.
Yep, I'm
Ooh,
verified for helping
I'm
people.
friends with an insider now. Hell yeah.
I'm not. It's not like a mod thing. Like I don't have any perms. They just give me the
I
roles.
know, but you have a
No,
fancy
like-
nickname. A fancy color. Oh, chemistry memes. Hell yeah. No, there's just normal memes. Never mind. Alright, I'm adding into my list of servers and whatnot. I should go to sleep. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I need to go as well and like play a game before I have to work. I haven't played any games today.
I understand.
I don't know what
understand it's
games to
demanding.
play. Like, oh my god.
You want a recommendation? I am such a massive fan of Oxygen Not Included, especially recently. There's something
Oxygen
about
Not
Oxygen Not Included, it just has extreme replay value.
My Steam is frozen. Oh, there we go.
It's probably.
Let's.
Oh, wait. Isn't it on sale too? Do you like
Celeste?
colony builders?
No.
Oh. Well, then never mind. I
Oh,
guess
it's that
not.
one? I've seen you playing it. No, it's definitely not my kind of game.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
like those kinds of games.
It has extreme replay value though. I have how many hours in the game?
I mean, I've been playing 9 Souls lately, and that's been good. Have you heard of that
I
one? It
barely
came
have
out
one.
recently. Well, it's Souls without the U.
Oh, I see. 9 as in
Soul,
that's
like
dumb
sun.
spelling. Dumb idiot stupid brain. That's not how you spell souls. Haha, got him. Wait, it's about cats. Isn't that
It's not about cats.
it's about cats. Don't gaslight me.
Is that because the main character looks like a cat?
Yeah. Like illegally
I'm not
that
even
makes the game
sure if
about
he-
cats.
If he is a cat. I don't think he even is a cat.
If it looks like a cat, it's a cat. The rule
I
of
think
video
he might be a
games.
mouse.
No, because it's a cat. It would be stupid if it looked like a cat and it was a mouse. Flame, you're embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing myself.
The style is pretty nice. The game looks nice.
But you know, he is a cat, yeah.
I see. I'm always right.
But like, it's not about cats. He's like the only cat in the game.
Don't push it. Listen, I know my cats when I see them. Okay. I bought Frostpunk 2 a month ago. I'm still waiting for it to come out. It's coming out in 2 months. And like Satisfactory, full version of Satisfactory. Oh my goodness. Satisfactory is my favorite game, and the full version is scheduled for September 10th. Which means that in 2 months, the game for which full release of
Wait,
I've
it's
been
not
waiting
released.
for. No, this entire time. That's been pre-release. All of these years.
It's actually been years.
Mm-hmm. I think over half a decade.
I
at
don't
this
get
point.
that when they do that with games where they're like in pre-release for like 7 years.
It's well, here's the thing.
Because it's like when they actually release, then no one hears about it because like it's already got its players.
So there are like 2 kinds of games. You have the big studios and you have the small studios. This is pretty confusing because for Satisfactory, the studio isn't small, but it operates like a small studio. So basically, like, when it comes to people who like Satisfactory, it's a community more than a fan base. Like, Satisfactory, okay. They have a YouTube channel, Coffee Stain Studios. They have a YouTube channel with 300,000 subscribers. And that's all just about Satisfactory. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. There we go. Like, they have a whole YouTube channel just dedicated to Satisfactory with like joke videos like these, for example.
Okay.
A whole video which is just a bit, a parody of you know, the roadmaps. I think that might have been actually April 1st video. Was it 5 months? I don't know. One of these was April 1st. And it's just, in this case, when they release games over years like that, it's more like they have a working prototype, and instead of slowly working to improve it to release the first version, they just want to make a perfect game. So instead of a good game, they're going for a perfect game.
Right.
And that's why it goes away. Which wouldn't work for other games. Like, for example, for Rockstar, wouldn't be able to operate this way. But Satisfactory is really nice. I really like the developers. Hi there, X7. You've joined in at the last bit of a live stream.
X7.
Wasn't the same people who made Goat Simulator, which, well, that's a great game.
Yeah, I'm kind of sleepy.
Yeah, same here.
There's this girl texting me as well. I kind of want to reply.
Alright, well then have fun. Thank you for joining. It's been fun.
Thank you for having me.
Alright.
Have a
Well, I
good one.
suppose, like a band-aid.
Yeah, you're just gonna end the stream here.
Yeah. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye bye.